So can you hear us? Sudha Masood ma'am, we are waiting for Sanjay Gupta sir to join. He may have disconnected. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. No problem.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, Gupta sir is in another meeting right now, so he has conveyed that you may chair the session. Ma'am, I request you to please chair this session and start with your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. I think in this session, I'll be presenting on technology commercialization and Agri-Innovate's role. And I think followed by Dr. Dayakar Rao from IAMR, will be presenting on his experiences with the ABIs. And then afterwards, I think you have some presentations on what kind of technologies that you're being developed from IISR. So with these words, I think I'm thankful to the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And then I would like to share my screen and make my presentation. I hope this is visible. Shall I go ahead?
Visible.
Okay. So I'll be trying to tell you about commercialization of agriculture technologies and agribusiness incubation facilities and what will be the role Agri-Innovate India will be playing. At the very outset, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Neeta and her team for organizing such a wonderful program. And I think it's a huge upbeat for all women power, Dr. Neeta and her team. Now, many of you may be aware about Agri-Innovate India Limited. It's a company owned by the Department of Agriculture Research and Education. We have been doing registered since 2011, but our business started somewhere around 2018 onwards. Now, in this presentation, I'll try to give you very briefly about Agri-Innovate and technology commercialization status, Agribusiness incubation, what is ICR's perspective, and some practical concepts, conflicts, and confusions that you are likely to have. Maybe some examples of successes that I have seen, and what are the future, how you can go forward. Now, the people who have joined, who are not aware of the kind of a system that ICAR has, we started our journey since 2nd October 2006 when we adopted an intellectual property and technology commercialization policy ICR adopted with a 3-tier system with IPNTM headed by Dr. Sanjeev Saxena at the center, and zonal technology management units in various institutes, and each institute in the system having technology management unit. Today, as I speak to you, maybe more than 90 institutes under the 110 ICR institutes already have institute technology management unit. One of the most important things that the success of this entire program goes to the fact that we have a very well written, very well documented intellectual property policy, which has been adopted on 2nd October 2006. That has been the most important thing that helped us have this kind of a program. Now, very quickly, I am not going to spend much time on it. If you see that between 2014 to 18, if you see the journey of this ICR's IPTM run by the Institute Technology Management Units, more than almost 1,600, 1,800 technologies have been transferred to various public-private partnerships, and we have earned about 27 crores. If you see the crop sciences, horticulture, these are the ones which have performed extremely well. And you can see the kind of technology transfers and the kind of money we have been able to amass by ICAR. Now, not just this, even the patent filing has increased, and almost 231 patents have been filed and 93 have been granted in this process. Maybe comparison to other institutes may be less, but technology commercialization wise, I think ours is one of the best. Now then what happened was that although the system was doing quite well, they felt that there is a need for a centrally operating system. And we felt that there is a need to have, it's mainly to indemnify the organization as such, and also to have uniformity in the processes that are being followed across the institutes. That Agri-Innovate was started as a corporate phase of ICAR, and accordingly the guidelines were revised, and you see that new guidelines came into force from 2018 onwards. We also have a commercial processes and professional service function guidelines, which was revised in 2014. So these two guidelines are the ones which help us take forward the technology commercialization. Agri-Innovate actually, what we are focusing is act as a one-stop shop for all market-ready agri-technologies from various ICR institutes, and we also support the state agriculture universities, because under the national research system, we take them along with us. And we also provide capacity building on IP and technology management. And we provide a very good system of valuation and pricing for technologies that you can see in the next few slides. And of course, eventually we'll also be doing impact assessment of technologies and their spread. Now, our priority areas include starting from seed and planting material for all field crops and horticulture, bio-based agri inputs, that is biopesticides, biofertilizers, nano inputs, with complete regulatory compliance. That is our forte. And animal husbandry, dairy, fishery products, post-harvest and value-added products, small and marginal, farmer-friendly agriculture implements and tools, and of course, biotechnological products. So, of course, although we started functioning in 2011, after the revision of the technology, the guidelines, we started doing very well. Now, as on date, more than 35 institutes are under our forte. About 340 technologies have been listed on our website. And we have facilitated commercialization, both domestic and overseas technology transfers. And we are expanding to other institutes. Here you can see one of the international transfers we did in sometime in 2019. This is to organic liquid formulation to transfer to Botswana. This is of Navsari Agriculture University. And we are urging forward quite well. So this is very briefly our focus is that in the last 3 years, we have done almost more than 100 technologies have been transferred. As I'm talking to you this year, during COVID also, we did about 80 plus technology commercialization, and we crossed about 355 lakhs or 3.5 crores is our earning turnover, and we are marching ahead. So if you look at the kind of technologies that are going, horticulture has been one of the major contributor, followed by crop science, dairy and veterinary also have contributed significantly in this process. And also one more thing that one has to understand is technologies are varied license fee revenue system, not just small technologies are less than 2 lakhs, but there are technologies between 2 to 5 lakhs and technologies more than 5 lakhs are also doing pretty well. It is 2 to 5 lakh group which moves much faster. But I wouldn't say that, but even the bigger ones, 70 lakh technologies or 25, 30 lakh technologies have also been commercialized. And we are really marching forward and doing quite well. Now, very briefly, what exactly the technology commercialization process Agri-Innovate provides is that the institutes have to submit their technology and along with the disclosure form, the costing sheet to us. This becomes a basis for our licensing terms. Then we conduct a techno-commercial assessment committee meeting with individual institutes, where the director of the institute becomes the chairman of the committee, followed by a group from Agri-Innovate, and we have an external expert. We discuss threadbare each technology and come to standard terms are finalized. Once this is approved and the standard terms are finalized, we upload these things into standard terms into our website, and we start advertising and business promotion activities through presentations, correspondence, talking to the people. And whenever somebody is interested, they look at our website and express their interest. So then we do a due diligence, discuss with the client, and we share the terms of trade, and then draft legal agreement is prepared, which each one of the agreements is legally vetted. Then the agreement is, once the company is agreeable, they make the payment and the agreement is signed, and the technology transfer process is complete when they approach the institute and get trained. So our revenue sharing is 70% goes to the institute, 20 to Agri-Innovate, and 10 goes to ICAR. Now, this is our website. Anyone interested can see. You open www.agim.com. You see our available technologies are listed institute-wise. You press on this, you go to a list of technologies which are available. For example, you see like a wheat variety, a brief description, and also a photograph is available. Here you will see a thing that says express your interest. When you press this button, a box opens up where you fill all your details and you submit it. Automatically it comes to Agri-Innovate, and then on my business managers take forward and contact you, and the whole process can be completed in less than a fortnight. Sometimes we have done even in 2-3 days also. If everything is fine, we go ahead and transfer the technology. This is as simple as that. So this is what I request all of you to look at our website and take advantage of this. Now going forward, I just wanted to always, there is a conflict which arises in the institute level. Should we commercialize or should we give it free? See, It's of course you can give it free. There is nobody stopping you from giving a technology free if you think it is going to benefit large number of farmers. But unless you give at least some value, the effort put forth by the research institute or a scientist seldom get recognized, and that's why we feel that it has to be some amount of money has to be attached to it. That way, the economic value or social value that it creates improves, and also it ensures that R&D, some amount money comes back, and R&D is continuously going on, and upgradation happens, and also societal benefits. If you take, you see large number of examples we can quote, which have helped for basmati rice, if you take, or wheat variety, dwarf wheat varieties, the entire our sustainable model or self-sufficiency in food grains is possible only because of the technologies. And for that, unless you make some payment, the continuity of R&D becomes very difficult. Now, another point I thought I should stress on is that a lot of impediments are each one will face in technology commercialization. For example, if you take seed and planting material, the entire value chain, starting from seed and planting material to at the end value addition, there are excellent opportunities available, but at the same time, there are a lot of challenges also one has to go. One is that seed and planting material, when it comes to it, the identification, notification, varietal release, and then should we register with PPVFR, should we have an NBA clearance? All these have to be understood, clarified, and have to have the system in place before you go forward. When you come to bio inputs, I think that's one of the things that this institute also is trying to develop. So registration processes, then you have to deposit the culture with the repository, and you have to fulfill the national biodiversity requirements. State biodiversities becoming very active nowadays, and you have to register with them. And for fertilizer control order, which used to be very dormant earlier, now it stays, its requirements are increasing. And the whole question of can we patent it, not patent it. So like that, so many problems one has to face, and one has to have clarity. All these things, we as an institute at the central level, will be able to guide you, help you in all these processes. When you take value-added products also, FSSI license agreements are so important. If you don't have FSSI approvals, you cannot go forward and do the technology transfers. So similar is the case with each one, either it's engineering, design, equipment. So nowadays, the institutional and technological regulatory compliance has become very difficult. And that way, I think institutes like us will be able to help you. Another serious problem as you go forward, you will face is that you feel that your technology is not yet ready, but there are many people who want to have exclusive licensing. And as ICAR being a government organization, we don't approve for exclusivity. We try to give non-exclusive as much as possible. But these are some of the issues that you will be facing. And when it comes to valuation of technology, always the private sector tries to undermine and say that the technology is not worthwhile. But whereas when you go to them, they'll be making so much money that they'll not even want to pay you back. These are some of the problems that you're likely to face. So the Agri-Innovate, in a sense that it will help you in enhance the technology preparedness, and you can have the costing, how to cost or how to price your technology, understand where your technology readiness is, whether it's a lab scale or commercial scale, how you get de-risking, and how the regulatory compliances will be taken. So these are the aspects that Agri-Innovate will be helping you with. Now coming to the one thing I also thought I should cover is that fundamentally IPR and technology and incubation. So I thought I'll just cover a little bit on that. So we need to be very thorough that what exactly we mean by a technology, and whether it has to be really a tangible one, whether it has to be protected. It's not necessary that it has to be protected. but it's good to have some kind of a protection, maybe as a patent or a copyright, some kind of a thing. But if it is a variety, now it is becoming important that we register with PPVFR and then go forward. So now there are some of the technologies, like for example, bio inputs, or some could only be a know-how, but still it will have a commercial value and you can go ahead and commercialize. Then in technology commercialization, we are actually, what we are doing is, an inventor is giving it to a licensee or an interested client, a technology that he has mastered it, technology protected it, on a commercial, for a commercial scale production on a mutually agreed terms and conditions for a specific period given geographic territory on a non-exclusive basis. This is the definition that we are adopting. When it comes to an incubation, so in contrast to a technology commercialization, which normally we give on a non-exclusive basis, and an incubative, when he comes with you, you could have a one-on-one understanding and give him the technical or business support and specialized handholding, and maybe have an exclusively only to him that kind of incubation support you can provide. So these are basically technology-based, business-based, or specialized incubation things. And what you normally should be encouraged is that you do a technology license agreement, execute through ITMU or through Agri-Innovate, and then you collect the fee and the royalty. That is a separate part. Then you get into the on-site or off-site incubation site, right, and separate MOU with him for normally valid only for 1 year, which is later extendable by another 1 year maybe. And you have to work out your space, utility, intellectual charges, and have a separate account maintaining for all these things so that you are very clear on what you are providing. And also provide a market linkage, which is normally an added attraction for the incubator to be along with you. Now, one of the things is you could have a business incubation model or an on-site incubation model. You can give a technology support to him, technical support, provide mentoring services, and you link them with the venture capitalist or sources of funding. This is something which you can do in a business incubation model. One of the things that normally comes is in an institute like ICAR-based institutes is always there is a conflict going on between, you have a consultancy processing cell and you have ITMU. So who will be contract research mode? Is that be good, or licensing? This kind of a conflicts are likely to arise. And unless you have clarity on how to dissolve this, which will become an impediment for you. In all such cases, you could either contact us or other ABIs, ICAR is there, or NAM is very much there, or IPTM, and we will help you as you go along whenever such conflicts are coming up. Now, very difficult for anyone to say that this is a set model, because the diverse models, diverse technologies, diverse products. So sometimes some people just provide a machine and say that, yeah, I am giving an on-site incubation. Some, especially in case of soybean, maybe if you have a contract cultivation, can you call it on-site incubation? So that needs to be a little bit more deliberated. Now, so some people are providing land for production. But as an ICR institute, normally you cannot give land for production. But if it has to be done, can it be done? Or can you do it on a farmer's field and then have some kind of agreement? These are things one needs to really understand and have a discussion, and only then you could come into the being. Now, many times we feel that there are a lot of conflicts arise. ITMU versus ABI, whether ITMU is a small institute, maybe it won't be there, but larger institutes which have a lot of products, I mean, there are a lot of such, they have to work in complementarity. So it's better you have one person who takes care of all these things. Otherwise, there will be a lot of unwanted conflicts. Then another thing is, whatever money that ICR is giving, At a small institute level in the beginning, it may be okay. But later, if you want to develop your own facility infrastructure, you may want to look at others like Bairak, Nidhi, Raftar. I think Dayakar, IAMR has gone ahead. Similar is the case with IAHR. Similar is the case with NAM and IARI. We all have gone ahead and got other funding facility so that the infrastructure has improved and we are able to engage with a lot more incubators. So these are some of the things that one needs to really have an understanding. I thought I'll just give a little bit of brief about some of the successful incubation things I have seen. Neeta is also from IHR. So we had a very wonderful and very vibrant system there. I thought very quickly I'll talk about this. See, like look at Bhavani Biochemicals. This guy, he came from Koppal and he took one technology from us. And he started the production with us. He stayed with us for 2 years and produced on campus of Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. And he got his logo. We helped him register his name and Aryabhatta and everything he did. And he's now very successful and he's moved on into on his own from his Koppal, wherever he is from. This is another guy who has done extremely well from another IHR. He started with one product, biopesticides, then he moved on to taking ARCA Microbial Consortium. He is such a grown that he has his own system and he has about 35 products which is taken from various institutes. And he has been awarded one of the best entrepreneurial effort by Melinda Gates Foundation. He has got Bairak funding, he's got everything. And he's one guy who's really, I'll say like, he's the flag bearer of IIHR. So similarly with Agri-Bio Solutions, you see this guy started as a young graduate. He came and took some technologies from us and we helped him register his logo, has his own name. And now he is in collaboration with Natura Crop Care. He's doing wonderfully well. So like this, like many opportunities open up when you have incubation facility. You are not just providing them a space and you're starting them to develop their own product, but you're actually helping them network, which helps them go forward. This is another guy who came to us for a natural air purification. He wanted us to help him find species which help in natural air purification. But he gone ahead and registered himself and he's won several awards and he's completely transformed the system. But he does acknowledge the fact that IIHR helped him do this. So similar is others like Nirantara Flowers, one young girl, she started and she's doing this and she's one of those very successful entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs who is making good progress. And one of our own scientists, she took a technology, her own technology, and she started Plant Technologies Private Limited. And she got Bairak funding, and she's a very successful woman entrepreneur I have known. And she takes great pride in the fact that she's able to give employment, provide employment opportunities, another 40 people or livelihoods to 40 families. So these are the kind of opportunities that are likely to be you are providing to when you get into an incubation facility. So another thing is that this is another guy who took osmotically dehydrated products of IIHR and he also backlinked with the farmers and he's helping them grow. So many such possibilities are there. This guy came with just a mushroom and he started a thing, got trained and he started his own mushroom pluck fresh, where his design is that of a box which opens and the mushroom comes out. You can keep it in your drawing room. And he also has backlinked with many people and he has done extremely well. So these are some of the things I thought once you have an incubation, you really can take forward. So the Barracks is the first guy who took a technology from us on pheromone traps. But he has grown into a very 4 crore company and he has been cited by IIM as one of the successful startups. In many case studies are there. So this way you can really go forward. This is another lady who took from IIHR and she's done very well. I am only telling you about the cases I am very familiar with, but I am sure if you look at Scout, the entire ICR system, there are more than 200 or 300 startups which we have promoted, which are doing extremely well, and the number is increasing by the day. And there are also other things like we helped a farmer register his variety, Sidhu Jack, and he also is very successfully doing his business. Apart from that, I also thought I must tell you is that the kind of a business opportunities that we are opening when we are doing technology commercialization in the entire country, if you see light traps, we have seen 2 companies to NCIPM. Each company has made more than 100 crores, and the institute has received about 6 crores as a royalty. That kind of a widespread is there. Animal vaccines we are dealing with, and each year we get almost 5 to 6 crores. Major impact it is giving. Biopesticides from IIHR and others, almost more than 500 companies have taken huge profits, and they are more than 6 lakh hectares they have covered. And biofertilizers, plant health management products. I mean, the sky is the limit. There are so many products and so many possibilities, and so many companies will come forward. And this system is really, really increasing, improving. And you are maybe finding it a little difficult initially, but I'm sure you will be very happy going forward. I also thought I must tell you this is recently Dharwad Agriculture University joined us, and they have given DSB21 soybean 2 varieties they have released, and these are available on Agri-Innovate's website. And these people are also looking for clients who will take this up. These are suitable for Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and southern parts of Maharashtra with high protein and oil content. There are 2 varieties Dharwad University has come forward. So I am feeling that you have a huge potential, and we'll be there to help you, and we'll be always help you and guide you if you need any assistance. And this is what Agri-Innovate can offer. And I am very thankful for the organizers and Nita for giving me this opportunity. And I'll be there, and any questions or anything, I'll take forward. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. You have given us so many ideas and a lot of knowledge about how to go ahead with our newly inaugurated API. Now I request you to please chair the session and invite the other speakers.
Yeah, take some questions also if anybody has some questions, because she is a...
Yes, ma'am.
She has so much knowledge and so much of experience behind her. In fact, I have worked very closely with her, and she is one driving force for the success of all the ABIs and all the incubators at IHR. She is a driven woman. So I think so. Anybody who would like to, have any kind of inputs from her, please.
You can raise your hand or write your questions in chat.
We will have to unmute you. Yeah, you are raising Dr. Lal, Nidhi. I'll just see if I can. Yeah. Unmute yourself, Dr. Lal. You can speak.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I'm a plant breeder, and I just want to know, is the release variety only way to go for commercialization, or any other advanced lines which we think is worth commercialization can be commercialized, and what are the requirement for those lines that we can go for commercialization?
Advanced breeding lines, we've commercialized many of those. For example, if, for example, you have a trait specificity, you have a line which is the male sterility is a trait specificity, or some it has a disease potential, disease resistance. We have commercialized many such advanced breeding lines also. Not necessarily it has to be a breeding line. One problem that you will encounter is that see, the private seed companies want to very openly, they'll come and take it from you. But the valuation when it comes, nowadays even up to 3 to 5 lakhs easily, even advanced breeding lines people are taking. The question comes is, you are giving your entire research, whatever you put in as an advanced breeding line. The private company uses this and produces not many hybrids or varieties. And they may not tell you how much money they have earned and how many derived varieties they have produced. That you will not be able to get, because none of them reply to you or give back what actually the figures are. But there is no harm. You are okay with it. We have commercialized many advanced breeding lines.
In fact, Dr. Lal, I think so, we had discussed about the line that you were talking, which did not get through the Agrib. We said that you have a avenue. So I think so Sudha is going to help you with that. You can send the proposal through, because anything more than 1 lakh has to go through you only, isn't it, Sudha?
Yeah.
So it has to go through that. So you can, yeah.
No problem.
Thank you for your question, Dr. Ma'am, for taking the queries. Any other person who wants to ask?
Anybody, please, kindly raise your hand or put it in the chat box, because we did this exercise of muting everybody this time. So unless they say that nobody can unmute themselves unless we unmute them. Otherwise, it creates a lot of problem during the seminars. Anybody? I don't see any messages. I think, Sudhanan, you can, go ahead, Neha.
Now we will proceed with the session. I request Chairman to please proceed with the session. Invite the next speaker.
I think Dayakar will be speaking, right? Dayakar Rao. Dr. Dayakar?
Somebody please call Dr. Dayakar. Mahavir, if you're there. No, he's there. He's very much there.
So Neha, you will be telling about Dayakar?
No, that's for you to introduce him, and we just kept the slide. It is up to you, Sudha.
Okay, Dayakar is a very good friend of mine, and he actually joined IIHR initially and then moved on to IIMR, and he is an excellent scientist who is an economist who has branched into processing millets at National Millet Mission, and he is like so much decorated scientist, especially in millet value chain. And he has been awarded so many awards to his credit, and his cap is full of his feathers, so many feathers in his cap. And he has taken forward this Nutri-Hub of Indian Institute of Millet Research to a great height, and is an inspiration for all of us. And he is also very actively involved in RKVV Raftar. And he has got so many funds from so much funding to the institute. And he is a voracious writer, 250 publications, writes books, and he's everywhere, Yeah, I was telling you about his awards, and he's an outstanding scientist category, ICMR Best Principal Scientist Award, FSCCA, and there's so many. Andhra government has awarded him. They are actually both, he along with the director, Dr. Tonapi, they have managed to put the millet mission into an international level, and it is an international year of millets that also goes to them. Dayakar, it's wonderful having you. It's my pleasure welcoming you, and please share your experiences on how you managed to take forward this whole thing. Dayakar. Somebody has to unmute him.
Please co-host, ma'am. Dayakar sir, you may unmute yourself.
Hello,
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I'm audible now, madam?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sudha. Once again, meeting you on this virtual platform. It's always a pleasure meeting you. And thank you, Dr. Neeta Kandekar, Director of Indian Institute of Millet Research, to consider that I should be part of this your celebration. And we are entering into your joy, because we would like to see.
We would like to, I'm interrupting you. We are going to come to you for guidance. We had planned, but we could not go. We need your help in this. Totally, we need your help.
No success story is success story until and unless it has to be replicated. We are there,
Yes.
Sudha and myself are there.
So we are going to replicate your story.
Surely, madam, we are there together. We will have to work. And Mahavir Sharma is very close to us. And Jatti MC also, we are taking care of all the crop institutes. So I am the nodal officer for this. So in any case, thank you, madam. Just I think getting back to the business of the topic, I would like to deal, which is given to me, allotted to me, is business ventures of ICAR-ABA. I would encompass my presentation. ABA is a broader meaning of agribusiness incubator beyond ICR, but that is the beginning of our journey. And I think all the credit to the visionaries who has initiated this process. And so, of course, I call you have called this as a success story. I would like to present this thing. It is worth that most of us are listening to that. It is not built as a Rome is not built on a single day. It is a journey of 12 years, 12 hard working years, built, one after the other, stone after the stone. Then you laid a brick after the brick, and then we have come to this stage, and we stand tall. And we are humbled, madam, for your invitation. And then I would like to make a presentation on that. So, normally speaking, Indian Institute of Millet Research is a crop improvement institute. Now, giving a different color to that would take a lot of things that should come in. And I'm going to present that success story, so that this will be, though I'll be speaking on millets and how we just came to this stage, and what are the takeaways that you can get on to. Please, I think I'll just leave it open. And I welcome all the participants for this session, including my friend, Dr. Mahavir. So, millets, these are people are calling millets as nutri-cereals. The government of India has gazetted, and truly that they are highly variable small seeded grasses. Once it is attached with poor man's crop, but today things are very, very different. And thanks the complete ecosystem that has changed. And for those who have not seen the major millets, sorghum, bajra, ragi, and the small millets, which are the real storehouses of the nutrition, foxtail, proso, barnyard, little kodo, and the recent entry is the brown top millet. And of course, these are along with the Agri-start, I think we are working intensively to really just brand them as smart foods. Why we need to call them as a smart foods is because they are good for us. Because in today's context, introducing anything, I think we need to have a real USP for that. So I'm just going to arrive the unique selling proposition for millets to be reintroduced in India and then take it to the world as our desi product. So now this is good for you. I mean to talk about the nutrition and health, and good for the planet, good for the small farmers. So now in today's context, I would like to add that this is good for the business also. So that is what we discovered as we were trying to make it. Because I'm going to substantiate my claim subsequently. But for those who are there, I think they please take this opportunity to tell you that how good these millets are. Their nutritional values are so great. Calcium, you see 364 mg per 100 grams, vis-a-vis that of 7.5 grams of milligrams in every 100 grams. So when we talk about any virtue, whether it is a calcium, magnesium, all micronutrients, macronutrients, even in terms of protein quality and other things. I think we need to really just understand these things, and we thought that this could be the real important thing to target millets as the smart foods and health benefits. You will be understanding how it is related to today's lecture, what you gave us, how the business was developed, the very foundational stones that I'm trying to talk about it. And there are a lot of health benefits. They are gluten-free, type of carbohydrates are slow releasing, complex nature, and that are very different from rice and wheat, regulate hunger. But apart from that, whether it is heart diseases or whether it is a respiratory diseases or diabetes or lifestyle diseases, and the latest to add is that as the COVID-19 emerged, so these particular millets, they contain immune nutrients. You know, the T cells that are to be produced and the prebiotic or probiotic nature of this, and also you know that the antioxidants that are richly present in this thing make a very important case for health products, healthy food. Now it is good for planet. C4 plants, and they consume very less water and emit less carbons, can take up harsh environments, intercrop they can suit, and drought resistance. I don't want to deal because we are all agriculture background people, so I just mention and leave it there. But it takes only, you know, about 300 to 400 mm of water vis-a-vis that of rice. Now, as we build the case, these are good for the small farmers. It's very low investment. They're low water. I was telling 300 to 400 millimeters of rain is something very water requirement is very minimal compared to 1200 in case of rice and 2100 in case of you know, that sugar cane. So we see that this is a sustainable crop at the farm level also. Now, once its commercial color is brought in, they are going to fetch a good income, not only from the grain, but it has many other benefits through the stock and other things which I'm going to. And short duration crops, some of these millets are 60 to 70 days. That can fit in between two crops also, when the way there is irrigation. So as a contingent crop also you can take it, and where farmer will be immensely benefited by that. So now, 12 years ago, we did this exercise. And because this was very important, millets were grown pre-Green Revolution. You know that there were 36 million hectares, and today it is about 50 million hectares. Now that drop is primarily, you know, that there is a demand side problems, and we understand that what are the gaps that we try to understand. We have put it here, but most important thing is the inconvenience in processing. See, if somebody wants to eat, it has to be convenient in the modern days connotation. There are other factors also. Processing, there is no processing because this is primarily grown by India and a domestic crop. Now, how you are going to change this domestic color to the commercial color was the biggest challenge for us. For that, we need to work on entire thing. Being a crop improvement institute, to bring in and working on the entire value chain was a very, very challenging thing. So people know that they are good, but really they don't know what are the nutritional merits of this thing. And promotional awareness is not there. And policy side, there are no input subsidy, dryland crop. So fertilizer subsidy nahi hai, electricity subsidy nahi hai, irrigation ka nahi hai. Lack of output price interest. There is no public distribution system presence of millets in that. Earlier, this was, I'm talking about 12 years. Then we worked on that. And all these factors compounded, and how to plug these gaps. So you see this lady, her inconvenience, she's preparing in a village jawar roti. I think you are from Madhya Pradesh, somewhere Indore, Java and other places. Some of the people, they make a jawar roti also. But once upon a time, it was extensively consumed. Today, you don't find it on their plate. But see how much labor she takes about it. Laborious, because she has to add hot water to that, and after boil that and make it, and after that mix it with the flour, and then that small dough she has to take, and she cannot roll it on the pin. So she has to use her hands to make it. It requires a skill. And these traditional things like roti, pounding, all were very inconvenient, highly inconvenient, primarily because there is no gluten in this particular thing. Oh, how you are going to take this absence of gluten, which is gluten is very important, which is present in wheat, that will impart that stickiness, which is very important for the processing technology. Now, so we defined the USP for millet, unique selling proposition. Production side I have already covered. It's a dry land crop, short duration bhi ho sakta hai and can grow in any environment, sustainable choice, climate change, blah, blah, blah. But the type of the products that one can expect are food, fodder, nutrition, health, and fuel security. So the multiple, God has blessed this millets in such a beautiful way. Unfortunately, we neglected it primarily as the effects of the green revolution and where we were concentrating on the food security. But today, nutritional security is a far cry. So that's the reason we are rediscovering and trying to get back to that, not only to India, but it should make a relevance to other countries. No wonder now United Nations General Assembly on 4th of March, they have finally announced that 2023 is going to be International Year of. So we are very enthused because we have worked intensely in building up the value chain now to take it to the beyond the boundaries of our country. If India has something to give to the other nations, after yoga, then we say these days Ayurveda, then I think millets is the next thing that should make a lot of difference. Yes, in India, we have a lot of potential to reach out to the world. And on demand side also, see, I said all things about the nutraceuticals, how beautifully they are endowed with, but the technologies were not available, ready to eat and ready to consume. Here, the food processing makes a very, very important link in the value chain. So, and they have a potential for coming out of the functional, especially the nutraceutical products and the new products that are there. So, declining millet consumption was is summarized in this particular thing, major factors. But I think I would like to proceed further because I need to get into the business ventures also. But here you see that one important thing, what normally our traditional agriculture research was, we were in isolation. But here in the value chain system that we found that thanks for National Agriculture Innovation Project, which could come out with the devising certain projects and gave us some sort of a innovation that which we brought in by integrating agriculture, food processing technology and nutrition, which fosters better nutrition outcomes. Now these are, it holds the same thing for the soybean also. Only thing is that all the three aspects are to be really merged and integrate for the not only nutrition outcomes but also for the business outcomes. Also. Today's lecture is that. So they are. I'll just get on to that. So this is the center of excellence that we have it thing, and onto your right hand that is the brand that which we have registered in 2012, that this particular thing after the NAP project is over, Department of Agriculture and Cooperation has funded for it. And this has become the center of all the R&D aspects and innovations in millets. Now, some inside look, because we are all virtually connected, so I thought that some pictures I'll show. Now we have changed the branding, but this is for our previous branding that we had. So this success in value chain on millets, this was an under NAP project. We took it as a project, but we got all the intended objectives beyond NAP that we are able to continue. Thanks for ICAR-NSRI to really just sponsor this thing. It has changed the pace of this millet promotion in the country. And I think some of our decisions that which we take, some of the wells may not yield anything. Some wells are like you find gold in it. I think this is what the well where you found that some gold. This value chain which we integrated, bringing in all the stakeholders on a common platform and try to make this domestic crop a commercial crop. So it involves whether it is a fruit processing or all other stakeholders with regard to the farmers backward integration, which is very, very vital. You know, the FPOs that are coming at, then the R&D should be the backbone, then the promotional aspects, and how we can connect the farmers with the consumers. That is the ultimate goal for us, so that farmers may get a higher share in the consumer rupee. Now, the technology innovation is a very important thing. As I was telling you, I'm not a very great hardcore technologist, but we attempted certain things, taking the traditional knowledge and trying to, that I told that there is no gluten in it. So how you are going to take it, modifying the starch instead of modifying the protein? We thought that we will make that modification the starch and gelatinize. This picture shows that how you can gelatinize and bring in that sort of a binding capacity within that, adding through hydrothermal treatments, whether in various processing technologies. We try to understand these things and try to integrate. None of the big so-called big food processing institutes have come in our aid. So we had to take on our own, and then we started doing it And the result is that the diversification of the processing. Now, the technology development, we have brought out the various processing technology by just tweaking in the starch content that is there and making the products on par with rice and wheat. That is what the real goal that which we have achieved. Now, retrofitting the machinery. There was no machinery that is available. We were really just very surprised. But then we took rice, wheat, corn-based machinery and trying to become an engineer using some of the consultants and trying to bring in with the help of the project staff and struggling and learning and doing. And today we have the machinery in place. There are still some challenges that are there which we are working. But one of the biggest challenge was that the shelf life of this millets was so difficult. So when we try to make a product for a business, we need to understand in a holistic manner what are the real gaps that are there. Now the shelf life is one major concern here because these are never tested for commercialization. Only people they grow at the backyard, where they will store for their home consumption, and when it is needed, they will pound it or process it by the traditional method. But they cannot really process it and keep it for a long period. So this was a big challenge. And today, I am sure that diversification of processing technology offered us like a higher shelf life. Now, just a brief glimpse of the various components of the value chain. On-farm production. This becomes the backbone for our business incubation further subsequently. On-farm production. People were not willing to really grow sorghum or any of the millets. So, we did 5 years of hard work through NAIP, tying with ITC and bring in a value chain where it integrates both backward integration, backward linkages and the forward linkages, so that ultimately we take it. So 3,000 farmers were technologically backstopped. We provided specific grain which can produce an end product, certain grain for biscuit making, certain grain for, we identified those end product specific cultivars. That is a core objective, core work of IIMR. We increase incomes and we could see that. And in fact, the greatest impact that what we found is that the people started growing from shifting their cultivation of millets from the marginal lands to better lands. And the commercial color was brought because ITC were working with us. We did a very good work, and at the farm gate itself, that the value addition we try to bring in, so that they get about 3 times the higher income than that. Now, the second thing is nutritional. With the help of NIN, we could bring out the clinical trials showing that, because we talk so much about, there is no nutritional data on these things. We could generate some data and later we have topped up these things and we found they are good for the, and now this information is available for labeling of our business enterprises. This is very important. In today's context, FSSI will talk, you should generically you talk it is the efficacy data. If it is not available, they will not really just end. Then you know that you are going to take to task. Now, processing technology diversification. So whether it is now today, you can bake it, you can go for extrude it, you can go for flake it, you can go for puffing, popping, then parboiling. We have developed about more than 50 technologies from various existing machinery that are available, and 30. Some of these 30 processed products are given to about 170 entrepreneurs. I'm going to talk about those numbers, and more than 500 millet-based recipes, because cooking with millets is not the same. So ultimately, you make processed product like a flake or a rava. Then if you don't have a recipe in place, then it becomes very difficult because gluten is not present. So we need to really be careful, and we worked on that, creating awareness, 360-degree communication that we made. So that's the Jawar Rath. Now later it became a millet Rath. Now the exhibition, that thing, national workshops, advertisement films, print media. See, when after we came out with all the technologies, the Eat Right brand is the one which we have registered as an official brand of Indian Institute of Millet Research. There was, you can see the packaging of all the products. They are on par with any private industry and all. So this was very important because there was no single brand on millets. So we thought we will exercise our control, and then we did this, and of course that was all the liberty that the IPTM has given to us, and then we could really go forward in making this, and that was an instant success. we did what we did is actually after making this technology, we used to go to hit the the public parks, especially upmarketing area, and try to sensitize the people. When they saw idli, dosa, and other snacks are also available in millets, they were very surprised. Health meets taste. So that was the tagline with which we were able to go and hit the market, hit those places, and coming with the commercial. And we worked with commercialization very intensively and launched in various super bazaars and multinational companies, uh, including the food bazaar, heritage retail stores, and what we call is food bazaar of that Kishore Biyani Ali. So now the which is taken over by Reliance. The policy sensitization was very important because as shift from food security to nutritional security, sensitizing the highest level. We worked very intensively with the government of India, trying to bring in some documents, and the entire knowledge base of value chain was there with the IIMR-led consortium. So that helped us. Today we have MOA with several state millet missions, and we are able to make a lot of difference. So what I'm trying to tell you is that there are different types of markets that are available, which we worked, and now the primary processing engineering part also, we had to bring in various machinery and technologies of various millet-based products that I know before lunch I'm showing all these things. I'm sorry I'm able to present you only virtual thing. Otherwise, if it would have been there, I would have brought some of the samples for you to be feeding you. But anyway, you are promising to come here, madam, the directors. So we will be able to. Sudha has already tasted. So for others, you are all invited to Indian Institute of Millet Research. Now, the millet value-added technologies developed are differentiated, whether it is flakes or the breakfast cereals, or snack items or the main bakery products, hot extruded instant mixes. So our technology repository for more than 60 plus products is a testimony which we would like to protect, and getting into the news segments day by day, updating that. Now, one of the thing is that the plant-based protein. Here, I want to give a pause. Even I would like to take the attention of the director, Dr. Neeta Kandekar ji. Madam, ये जो है ना अभी प्लांट प्रोटीन जो डीडीजी साहब ने बोल रहा था क्रॉप साइंस, this is a very important emerging area. I think you are also working, initiated some work. We have initiated some work. Soybean, many people have doing here and there. I think, but now the time has come. It's not seeing a plant protein in a singularity by only commodity base. It is an integration of some of these protein based sources, because you know that the quality of the protein is very important. The quality of protein, you know that most of these pulses and all those things, they have this problem of methionine ka problem hai. So millet jaisa hai where pulses can be integrated with that of these things, so that they can have a marriage of both the things, and the plant extracts that come out, protein extract that comes out, will be of a much more valuable with added minerals. So that sort of a marriage should happen between the commodities. We would like to actually work on a product and technology development with Indian Institute of Soybean Research. This is what the message I would like to take the advantage of my presence here. So there are millet analogs, express foods. We have a huge infrastructure. I think you would be able to use that. Why not? We built it over a period of time. We are all ICR people, and we should be able to use those things. Now, the last portion, I'm trying to get into the topic of incubation. Now, I said that we have launched that when there was a lot of rush, a lot of entrepreneurs were coming to us for technology licensing. So we provided technology license to the entrepreneurs, and slowly they are converting into the startup companies. But we never had any hand-holding type of thing institutionalized at our institute. So I tried for a ZTM, or what is that, BPD unit some time ago, but ICR has refused. But then we have gone ahead because that was initial thing. But subsequently, what we said is that the incubation is one of the best way, and then Agribusiness incubator scheme has come. So we were chosen so that we need to build pipeline of various startup brands. It is a continuous process. How we do that, I think an institute should take with whole knowledge about the value chain, they are better equipped to take these things forward. This is a technology business incubator. Now we branded it also Nutrihub. There is nothing, there is no soya hub in this country. Why can't you do that? मैडम ऐसे इसको रजिस्टर कर लेना आप, आपको आइडिया दे रहे हैं हम.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल डॉक्टर.
आपको ये देख रहे हैं ना, ये इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बिजनेस, इसको कुछ करो आप. There is nobody can dispute you because you are the best in the country and from ICAR.
Yes.
I'm just throwing some challenges to you. Sorry.
No, it's definitely we are looking. In fact, I was talking to Mahavir that we must brand and we must make something.
Madam, later then see how our NutriHub looks some 3 years ago picture. But then we have built, this is what we need to really give a 360-degree hand holding to the startups. Earlier, what we were doing is provide technology licensing. But after we giving technology licensing, we were washing our hands. There is no engagement with them. So in the lack of engagement, what it cannot convert it into a real good enterprise. So they need a lot of hand holding at various point of time. I think scientists, we must learn this aspect of engaging with them. Don't think that after you pay the technology license, paid with the money you got it for technology, then that's the end of it. I think they will come out because most of the technologies what we bring in are of a raw nature, not fully ready to commercialize. They will have to bring in more value addition. They cannot establish a R&D facilities at their place. So technology backstopping is a very, very vital area where they would look like, and it is a win-win situation for you here because they will be putting on their labels, packaging label, they are hand-holded by Indian Institute of Soybean Research. So you can have your disclaimer, that's a different thing. But see, that's a branding. It will help them. But at the same time, you also have a sense of satisfaction. There are technology, so they are taking, they are the vehicles where they can reach out. This is what is incubation, is the last mile connectivity with the consumers. And that is what we need to understand. Here we took in millets, अभी ये domestic crop को बनाना है commercial crop. तो हमारे लिए तो bread and butter है, इसको आगे ले चलना है तो ले चलना है. So technology backstopping, R&D, we continue to provide. Now in today's context, we also ask these startup companies, why not they come out with some of the people, HR people, maybe as a senior research fellow, they can work with us in a separate isolated thing, in a, that silo, so that that sort of a information, other startups may not get their information, but at the same time, 30% of their time they should give it for our work, so that we will get some people also around us. So आप लोग ये business models या HR models भी work करना. सुधा मैडम, आप सुन रहे हैं ना? आपसे बहुत सीखा मैंने. Then infrastructure. Infrastructure is the production facility. Now these people, those who come, they don't have any infrastructure to begin with. They don't know which machine they will have to buy, processing especially. It is the same with the soybean also. So क्या करेंगे आप? You need to provide them some sort of an infrastructure so that at least for a minimum period of 1 year, 12 months to 18 months, they will make a proper decision. Arey, this is the best machine, this works. This is available. उसका capacity इतना अच्छा है. So that will be the real, that technology viable hoga तभी. Then the break even कब होगा. So all this information they will get it. And the physical space also we need to provide them. I think your new incubation center has a physical space very well because now you are lucky that you have built now, so you have an advantage of even a better physical space than IHR or IMR. Now mentoring and nurturing innovations. This is very important. They need some expert people, both the technical side, business side, finance side, regulatory sides. You got these things, no, madam? So we need to make a pool of mentors, identify them. Many people are willing to really be mentors. They have a social value. Get onto some sort of a CSR also into this thing. And market facilitation. In our case, millets was one of the major problems was market facilitation. Now, what today's new ecosystem that is building is that production and consumption markets are disconnected. So what is that? So everybody thinks about IMR, they come to us. So we immediately connect with them. Delhi mein, they asked me that Dr. Radha Mohan Singh, earlier agriculture minister, to supply the products to Krishi Bhavan. So we brought in startups and linked up with them. Now government of Telangana, they want to supply to midday meal scheme. So they trust our brand. So we connect with our startups. They will supply, they will connect. Market facilitation could be a reality.
Yes.
Then financial facilitation through RKVY. I think God is on our side. That's the reason. One missing thing that happened is finally fulfilled through RKVY. It's a very timely program that has come where we can support any entrepreneur up to 5 lakhs for a pre-incubation. If they come with an idea, to take them to commercialization. मैडम अभी सोयाबीन को नहीं है, थोड़ा सोयाबीन वालों को भेज दो, जैसे कोई आइडिया वाला है तो we will not send technical support you can give. We will encourage them because you are our ICR person only, no problem. And second thing is those who are already in the market, you know that they should be having a minimum viable product. Today, COVID situation made them to bleed. So some sort of a seed support funding also up to 25 lakhs. RKVY finance. Apart from that, venture capitalists also we are trying to encourage, bring in, making a platform there after us, because now today the situation is very different. These are some of the facilities that which we have developed for them, for the incubation facilities, and various, and the new things are coming up more and more, because I think these are the facilities for only the startup companies. They should be able to use these things. So it took some time. 12 years is a big time, but we are now really grounded to take this step forward. We started with small machines. See the big machines. ये biscuit unit है. आप soya biscuits भी बना सकते हैं. Extruded है. Extruded products वहाँ से भी बन सकता है. Then you have a primary processing, high capacity. So scaling up is being done. Cold extrusion or murku, ready to eat products also. So about 500 crore business emerged. Now from the past 4 years, we saw 400 startups that came up. No family planning for Eat Right. After Eat Right, then we found that 400 startups. And in addition to that, we sensitized Britannia, ITC and others also to include millets. So this way, I think we can take it and we can connect our startups with the bigger players, because they want the contract manufacturing. They don't know much about the millets. These people can really just show a way to them. So that connectivity and win-win situation for all of us. Because so this is what the various funding situation. First is our ICR Agribusiness Incubator. Then our own strong foundation host institute is IAMR, with all the crop improvement base and wide campus. The DST has funded us beginning about 10 crores of money, and RKVY is we are able to get continuously for our RKVY Agribusiness Incubation, and also grant in aid support to the entrepreneurs on a regular. So 3 batches completed, madam. Abhi 4th batch chal raha hai. Our 5th batch we will have it in the month of May or June. So आपका कोई है तो आप लोग connect कर सकते हैं. So you can see the facilities that are there, just laid out. Now some of the metrics I want to show. Now 100 plus ventures incubated, and now 200 actually. I might have missed that. And about 3.4 crore grant in aid facilitated for 40 incubators, startups. Already 3.4 crores. Now we are waiting for another tranche also. So 4,000 plus number of entrepreneurs we are directly connected, and 175 ventures we pre-incubated. 53%, 30% are women entrepreneurs. Sudha madam, Neeta madam, women का भी हम ध्यान देते हैं. 60 product technologies are developed, and 170 number of technology transfers we made to the startup company. 3,356 lakhs of a combined investment in the landscape, and 5,685 lakhs combined turnover from them, and 260 plus new product launched by our startups. And this way, we have a connect with the farmers, consumers, everybody. So we go for that. Now this is the first batch of those incubators who are graduated. It looks like a major IRA convocation. We go for a big hotel, Novotel hotel based in Hyderabad, high-tech. There we got this done, and we gave certificates to them. And after they graduate also, we give some sort of a support for them.
सर 30 116
हाँ? So ये सारे चीज है मैडम, ये लॉन्च पैड ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, R&D करते हैं, मेंटरिंग, टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर, फिजिकल वर्किंग स्पेस देते हैं, प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटीज, सीड फंडिंग, फंड रेजिंग, linkages, other services, publicity to startups, virtual support. Now some of the success stories. He is from IITs, Delhi, madam. Mr. Sai Krishna. He left his corporate job and then now he's into this thing. Now he's about 5 years old startup, and they're able to, we have provided grant to him, but the revenue closing it up to 9 crores, and he employs about 67. He comes up with a very novel idea of breakfast cereals, and then he has a very good business model, and he's really just leading the way in his own way. And they are going out of Telugu states to Karnataka and then Maharashtra, and they are aiming at Delhi also. Now this lady, see, she is a very young lady. Again, I am telling you, she too got a grant, and her revenue is about 3.5 crores. She integrated millets with carrot, beetroot, all this thing. Madam, IIHR, madam. Very interesting products, very tasty also. Very good traction also. Now she's taking that. See, this is what is needed. Not just only one single commodity. Now this man, millet processing is a very big problem, and he is one of the startups who has done. The very few people are there. So we would like to see that the innovation is there across, not just only monotonous. Now this lady started retail chain restaurants.
Wow.
And it is very buzzword. Ahobilam Foods was the buzzword in all high-tech city in Hyderabad. Now they want to branch out to other cities also. So then this man, he supplies to public funded programs at a very, I think you must have heard of Hello Curry startup.
Okay.
So he had a learning from that, and then he closed that, and then he got into this thing. Now he's able to really continue this. Very successful man. He knows how to run that government-based business, captive marketing. Crispies, bars, very cheap, 5 rupees. Can you just think of that? So because of the scale that he's able to bring in. So इसमें सोयाबीन भी ऐड कर सकते हैं, मैडम बोल रही है.
That protein bar, I'm very interested.
मैं आपके मन की बात छीन लिया. Okay. Then his inner being, I think आप लोग भी सुने होंगे. The type of the packaging they come, he's exporting some of his products. Then this lady Rigdam, she's from Assam. I don't know what made her to convert to millets, but she's in Hyderabad. She, along with other people, they have come out with a real extruded good products, and they're doing well with their work is really recognized. They have provided technologies to this thing, and this man links up with the farmers, procure them and process them, package them in a vacuum packaging, and they're doing it. This lady, she works for infant food mixes, millets plus pulses. So
Wow.
this is all the young people and very strong in their convictions. And she's from Mumbai, and she again gets into some sort of a different, the type of the packaging and the innovation that they bring in across the value chain is really marvelous. We also learn from them. There are many other startups. I think I keep on telling, but my time should be over. But what I would like to say is that because I come from millets, eat millets and stay healthy. I think with that tagline, I would like to conclude my session now.
Thank you, Dayakar. Wonderful presentation. Do we have some time for 1 or 2 questions?
I think so. There's one Swapnil who wanted to ask. Let me just see. He had raised his hand. Keep the hand raised so that we can locate. I think so. Here he is. I'll just unmute him. Can you unmute yourself, Swapnil?
Hello.
Swapnali. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Swapnali.
go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have done my M.Tech in industrial biotechnology. And currently I am running one startup, ma'am. Production of tofu.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I wanted to work on okra.
Got to work on?
Hello?
Okra, you are most
yeah.
welcome here, Swapnali. You can write to us.
Yeah, ma'am. So
Okay,
where would I get that opportunity?
And she is joining our training program.
She's joining on 22nd.
Oh, sorry, that is another one. Swapnali, you can join our training program. We are having a training program from 22nd to 24th, and then we can talk more.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, sure, ma'am.
This is just a orientation one, Swapnali. Then we are going to be in the process of developing a whole detailed program also. But this is just an orientation kind of program. You can join in.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
So any other questions?
People are hungry, madam.
Otherwise, thank you so much, Dayakar, for wonderful presentation.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure Neeta is going to tap your resource and really you can work together and produce wonderful products for soybean as well. I thank you very much for accepting our invitation and presenting wonderful work. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neeta ji.
Now I think we have to go for the next presenter. I'm seeing here specialty soybean and their health benefits. Vineet Kumar, Principal Scientist, ICAR-ISR Indore. Madam, can you invite him?
Vineet, Vineet. Nidhi, please unmute him. I just wanted, Sudha, we can ask everybody to raise their hand if they have a question, because we've muted, nobody will be able to unmute and this thing. So all the audience is requested to raise their hand if they have a question.
Yeah, over to Mr. Vineet Kumar. I think we should also give them 5 minutes or 10 minutes so that we can finish all the others. Okay.
Yeah.
I see 39 slides. I hope you're not going to take that 39 slides.
Oh no, thank you, Manu. I will move fast.
I had asked five slides.
Yeah.
Okay. Be very quick. Be very quick.
Yeah. So good afternoon to everyone over here on this platform. So I'm presenting here the development and the commercialization of the specialty soybean at ISR in Indore. There's some problem. The slides now. Yeah. So soya going in the three sector, in oil, then mainly oil, then soya food, and unfortunately in our country not much in nutraceuticals as such. But why we focus on development of specialty soybean, that is definitely going to be a win-win situation for the not only to the producer but also to the consumer and more importantly to the manufacturer also. So basically this specialty soybean, that is for to deliver a better quality of the product, not only from the organoleptic acceptance but also from the nutritional point of view, to cut down the cost of the production also, and to fetch a better price to the farmer. And the raw material, as we know, that is the most important step of the any value added chain. So the first thing which we did at ISR Indore, that was the removal of one anti-nutritional factor from the regular soybean. And since this was the demand from both soya food as well as the soya meal segment, and this is the one Kunistripsin inhibitor which we removed, because this Kunistripsin inhibitor, it inhibits the trypsin enzyme and affecting the protein digestibility of soybean. Otherwise, soybean is much touted for its high protein value, but this particular factor present in the seed itself affects the protein digestibility. So, and there was stringent requirement abroad, and especially for the soya meal and soya flour being exported, and a concentrate that trypsin inhibitor level should not exceed these limits. And the industry had to spend 25% of the energy cost to bring down the trypsin inhibitor level. And when we were recommending that we should fortify our chapati to enhance the protein value, say from 1.5 gram to 2.0 gram of the protein in the the chapati which we prepare with the 10% of the soybean. But the soybean has to be boiled, dried, then added into the wheat flour. This was a huge step, and so we needed a kind of soybean which doesn't have the trypsin inhibitor straight away. And this we started doing it by introgressing the null allele of trypsin inhibitor from PI5420044 into all our high-yielding variety through the marker-assisted approach. And this was a pan-India, we took the varieties. And this is the first one which we developed long time back, 101, 102. And these were, the license was transferred to Ruchi Soya as well as to ITC Limited company. And then 2 years back, we developed the NRC 127, and especially for the central zone. And this variety had a multiple disease and insect pest resistance also. And not only for food, we were, as I was talking about, even the soya meal industry, that this is the one company, Suminta India Organic, which manufactures organic soya meal. And they cannot extract the oil through the hexane because it's an organic product-based company. And once they were extracting the oil through the extruders, the high value of trypsin inhibitor, was leading to the rejection of their consignment in the international market. But now they had a trypsin inhibitor-free, trypsin inhibitor-free soya meal, and that is giving them a very high-value product, organic soya meal product. This is another variety which we developed together with a collaborative project, and it was identified yesterday only, means released a max NRC 1667. And then the second thing which was hindering the promotion of soya food product was the off flavor, and the LOX2 enzyme, which is the contributor to, principal contributor to the off flavor. Rather, LOX2 free soya bean is considered to be better than even triple null lipoxygenase, because the hexanal compounds have been reported to be much lesser than even the triple null. And this we removed from NRC 10, we developed NRC 109, 110, and very early, this was early maturing genotype, though in Agrib it couldn't get through, but yes, Sonic Biochem and Nature Biofood, the license was transferred to them, and they are using in their own programs. Then recently we developed NRC 132, again a lipoxygenase 2 free soybean. This is for the southern zone and the central zone, and a better improved flavor in the soya milk processed from NRC 132, and a better, very improved seed longevity and emergence rate, because the LOX2 that affects the seed longevity also. So, but then recently, for the last 2 years, this entry was there in our Agrib program, NRC 132, and only yesterday, Central Variety Release Committee, approved for its release. This variety is not only free from lipoxygenase 2, but also it is free from trypsin inhibitor, means having a double advantage in the same genetic background. This has been released both for central zone and southern zone, and there is a not a yield penalty also on this, about more than 2.2 ton it is giving in the southern zone, and exactly almost 2 ton it is giving in the central zone, with a maximum yield of 3 ton and 2.8 ton in southern and central zone respectively. And more importantly, it is having a combination of 4 genotypes from the exotic background. 3 PIs were there, and 1 from Indian, means 4 parental combination. And it has been found to be a very, having a high resistance reaction to YME and charcoal rot, which are the menace for the soybean cultivation happening in the, especially in the central India and the North Plain zone. And this is a macro-assisted approach which we adopted. I think I should not go through it. But then, as FSSI is saying, that we need to remove trans fat from all our processed product. And that led to the emphasis of development of high oleic acid oilseed in the country. Not only, soybean, even sunflower and groundnut also. So we took the initiative for increasing the oleic acid content, which gives the natural oxidative stability. It does not require the partial hydrogenation, which leads to the formation of the trans fats, which has been, which FSSI has planned to remove by 2022 from all our, marketed products. And we had developed high oleic acid soybean, up to 42% oleic acid, which we developed, NRC 142, NRC 147. This has been released for southern and eastern zone. And there is, the yield also at par with the high yielding, check, both in the central, southern zone, and even it has performed good in that southern zone, eastern zone also. But then we have developed a high oleic acid soybean, which gives oleic acid up to 60%. Means it is, and this is also which we have done, but we have to now register this line. And otherwise also, as ma'am has guided us today, that advanced breeding line now can be directly transferred, because certain industry, they are asking this 60% oleic acid soybean. And this is NRC 140, 141. And then, since quality of the oil is one important, but already the country is reeling under the severe oil, edible oil crunch, and we are to import the 70% of our edible oil edible oil requirement. And the soybean oil which we are importing, that is about 3.9 million ton, because about the 20% of the edible oil which we are importing, that is the soybean oil, and that is all even transgenic. And this is the high oil soybean genotype which we have developed, and this rather 142, it is not only double nut giving high oil also, and this has been now released. 149 also, it is there in the AVT2 now trial in North Plain zone. It is YMV resistant also and giving high oil content. Very promising genotype going into the North Plain zone where not much soybean is there, and YMV resistant also. But we are now the advanced breeding line which we have developed, that gives not only around 22% oil content, even 60% oleic acid it is giving. So almost that technology also in the last stages, that not only in the same genetic background we have high oleic acid, but also high oil content also. Then this is the vegetable soybean which we have developed, NRC 188, 105, but yes, 188, this has been now promoted this year. And as we can see that how compared to the grain soybean, the vegetable soybean can fetch a better price to the farmers if they really get focused in it. And we need to have more and more vegetable soybean. And then we have developed the KTI free vegetable soybean. And because vegetable soybean we need to boil just for 5 to 7 minutes, but that is not sufficient for inactivation of KTI. A null KTI vegetable soybean will again further promote this particular special genotype in the industry. Then for tofu and milk, especially this clear hilum null KTI soybean which we have developed, these are the advanced breeding line which we have developed, and this also can be straight away promoted to the industry. These are the black soybean, because black soybean has a special health components, it's anti-hypertensive and anti-obesity property, and this is null KTI black soybean. Registered line, still we have to push into through the ICAR for release as a variety, but yes, anyone can approach us to any industry and entrepreneur to have this black soybean, KTI free soybean from us. And these are the some more technology which are coming up, and they are in the this is NRC 141. This gives 44% protein content. This is early maturing, matures within 87 days. Unfortunately, it fell through the IVT, but still it was good. And this is high protein line, NRC 151. This is the double null lipoxygenase 2-free and KTI free. This is in AVT2, bold seated and early maturing. Within 87 to 90 days it matures. This is again a bold seated variety coming up. It is in the AVT1, and this is lipoxygenase 2 free. But for nutraceutical industry, we have developed these high isoflavones lines, high lecithin lines, and high BBI genotype. This is another kind of TRPS inhibitor, but which has a strong anti-cancer property, especially oral cancer, against oral cancer. And then some industries are asking, and we are ready with it, that KTI free, low BBI, and high protein genotypes. Even the day before only, there was a kind of a demand from one industry in entrepreneur person, and we are ready with it, and low isoflavone. This is all from my side. Thank you for investing time with me. Thank you. Any query, please?
Thank you, Dr. Puneet. A wonderful presentation. Any questions? Anyone wants to raise anything? You can unshare your presentation.
Okay. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah. You unshared. Yeah.
Thank you.
So if there are no questions, I think we will move on. Thank you so much, Dr. Kumar. I'll request Neha Pandey to talk about soya food products developed at ICAR-ISR Indore. Neha.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am a food technologist here. I am here to tell you about ICAR Institute of Soybean Research Technologies on soya food processing. So first is our soya eggless cookies, in which we have incorporated more than 40% of roasted soya flour in it, and it has tend to increase about 2 times of protein content rather than a normal maida cookie. And the fat content we have used is also less than the normal cookies we get in market. So this technology is ready for commercialization with us. Second is the soya safe technology. It has nutritional benefits of having high fiber and high protein. It is also containing around 50% of base and replacement, and it tends to increase the protein content to about 30%. So imagine the increase in the nutritional value when you have a soya safe which have 30% of the protein content. So this technology is also ready for commercialization with us. Then next is the baked soya matri. Here we have baked the matri instead of frying it to reduce its oil content, and the soya incorporation has increased its protein content to 21%, which is around 3 times higher than normal matri. And this technology is ready for commercialization with us. Next is soya halwa mix. It is prepared from okara and our rava. So it has very high content of fiber, and it is rich in various nutraceutical benefits like isoflavones, and the protein content also increases due to incorporation of okara, and the protein content is 28.5. Next is soya laddu, and it is prepared from soya flour. So naturally, all the all the nutritional benefits of soya protein and the soya bean are incorporated in it, and the protein content increases to 32%. And the technology is very easily available with us in a very small price. Next is soya upma mix. It is also prepared from soya opara. So whoever is interested in installing a tofu plant can utilize the opara, which is a byproduct, and also use it as for revenue generation by making the opara byproducts like upma and halwa. And because we are making them as a mix, they have very high shelf life. They can be stored for around 6 months in room temperature, and they are ready to cook items. Next is soya dahi. It is having all the benefits of soya bean, and also because of fermentation, the digestion is very easy. It is easily digestible. And the delicious lassi is prepared from this dahi, which is having very high consumer acceptability. And a lot of people have asked about this technology. It has taste as well as goodness of soya bean. Next is a mango soya shrikhand. It has incorporation of fruit as well as soya bean and goodness of fermentation. So it is easily digestible as well as tasty. So we are going to give a 3-day training program on this entrepreneurship development from 22nd to 24th March to 2021. And the interested participants may contact us through our website. And we can give an orientation training on these programs. And whoever interested in whichever technology, they may join us as an incubatee by registering us with through our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Neha. Neeta, I thought I must give you a couple of hints on this. One is Dayakar is a direct person whom you should talk to, because he has a lot of experience in how he has taken it forward.
Right.
The second thing I thought I must tell you is that I think it's high time you started looking at a trademark which is very typical to IISR, like Soya Institute, like the way Eat Right he has registered.
Right.
So you should also have, for all these products, you should good to have a trademark registered, so that you can also commercialize the trademark, not just the product, because these are low value products. So it's good to have a trademark, and if Dayakar will be able to help you in this also. You are also commercializing your trademark. So as long as they are taking your product, and they can also use your trademark by paying some additional costs. That's as long as they maintain the quality and stuff. That's a second thing I wanted to mention to you. And also, one more thing you could look at is that, is there some way millets and soya, can it be combined, so that a combined nutritional product comes out? And some of these, like most of the institutes have tried, like Neeta is very well aware, we tried at IIHR to go through midday meals for mushroom rasam powder, and even Dayakar is also pushed it through midday meals. If you also can, some of these products can go into midday meals, directly they will benefit the children in helping them a nutritional supplement, and children will very happily eat this. And one more important thing I was thinking is, now that your ABI is going to be functional, you could have these somebody producing on your campus under your guidance.
Yes.
And you start marketing from your own ethic as a brand, your brand, and you can charge them and share the revenue with them. And that will be a very good move. And some the Dayakar was telling, supply to some Krishi Bhavan you could market it somewhere in any group, and that way you can also create a market for them.
Right. Thank you, Sudha. In fact, very good suggestion about the trademark. I was talking about the branding, but that you've said that we need to, register it also. We'll do that. And we had been thinking we wanted to go to Hyderabad before we started this, but then it was not happening. Then we said, okay, let us launch, then we'll go, because March and February I was busy with other things. We couldn't. Mahavir has been after me, and we are planning to go. I think so. In April 1st visit, we'll make it of Hyderabad and learn from him. And soya and millet also, again, we are really seriously thinking, because it's high protein and millet has other things in it. So we will all your suggestions are extremely valuable, and we'll look into it, all of them.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So any other question, or shall we move on? Anyone else?
Hello.
Yes.
Madam, you have not given the contact number where we can contact for this halwa mix and upma mix.
You have to come to our institute only, or on the website you'll find everything, all the numbers and email.
Kindly give me the email ID, ma'am, site.
I think you can give on the chat, no?
Yeah, on the chat we'll just give all the details. Neha, chat mein de dena, theek hai?
Thank you, ma'am. Please.
There's also somebody from Manipur. We'll reply in the chat itself. Neha, just see the chat and keep replying.
So can we move on to the next presentation, Microbial Inoculants Technologies by Dr. MP Sharma. Dr. Sharma, MP Sharma ji.
Yes, madam.
Kindly share your.
Yes, madam. Thank you, madam. I am audible.
Yeah, you are, but you have to make your screen full screen presentation.
Yes. So, respected chair, Dr. Sudha Masu, CEO of Agri-start-ups India, and Dr. Dayakar Rao, and director and other dignitaries. In fact, our ABI is Dr. Rao is one of the inspiration for all of us, particularly for me, that we keep on interacting frequently in ZTMC meetings, and because this ABI comes under ZTMC, where Dr. Rao is heading ZTMC. So to move forward, I would like to speak about the production and formulation of promising microbial inoculants. At this institute, we have recovered some of the promising microbial strains and their production technologies. So to cut short it, first I would like to emphasize, nowadays, as you know, the existing biofertilizers are mainly bacterial biofertilizers which are coming in the market. But now the new generation fungal biofertilizer is the mycorrhizal fungi biofertilizer. These fungi are not only helping the plant growth, but also enhancing the phosphate availability to the plant. Whatever phosphorus we apply in the soil, it gets fixed into unavailable form. So this mycorrhiza can act as a vehicle, and it can mobilize the phosphorus and give to the plant roots, and so the plant can help. So, and in turn, this mycorrhiza is a symbiotic relationship with the plant. In turn, the mycorrhiza only needs the carbon, which is being provided by the plant itself as a carbohydrate, and then how they're beneficial to each other. And with regard to the cost-effective production of these fungi, because that is the key aim for all of us, there are two major technologies are being used: pot culture method and the root organ culture in vitro method. These are two globally being used. So as far as our place is concerned, we have developed a cost-effective production of mycorrhizal fungi through the substrate-based method, where we selected the substrate as well as the host plant and the conditions. These mycorrhizal fungi, if you have more moisture, then plant will not able to survive. and hence it will not be supplying the carbohydrate for the growing fungi. Otherwise, both have to be congenial conditions. So when the plant is growing well, the mycorrhiza is also producing more. So that's why we optimize some of the host as well as conditions. And one method we optimize, and in fact, I'm happy to share you that the National Center of Organic Farming, that is Ministry of Agriculture Department, had situated in Ghaziabad, where one of the speaker director himself is going to speak tomorrow regarding the regulations and registration standards. So they have published one special issue under that, this on-farm production of mycorrhizal fungi. And this method is, most suitable for the cottage industries, the large farmers, as well as the small, medium-sized enterprises. With regard to the other method, I was talking about the laboratory method, which is root organ culture. The root inducing transfer DNA transform roots are being used as a bioreactor, which is a clean production method. Although, and under that, there are some issues are there. The dormancy, the sterilization of spores, contamination-free environment. These are some of the issues, any industry is interested, they face a lot of problems to maintain the pure culture and the contamination-free environment. So only the skill-oriented person or the individual or the in fact more technical is required. So that's why this technology is not picking up on large scale, although in the US and Europe, most of companies, they are producing the root organ culture, and those spores are being transported to India. There are a lot of issues out there. I don't know how the NBA, National Biodiversity Authority, is allowing, but it is happening. And they are not, they are selling, being purchased, the spores are being purchased from abroad, and they are being supplied and making their own packet and marketing in different formulations. So with regard to this, I was talking about this on-farm production method. This method, if you one farmer or any industry want to take a 10 meter square area, that can meet the requirement 25 acre field, and that should be suitable for cottage and medium-sized enterprise. You see here, these are the different hosts we optimize as per the cycle of the whole period. And based on that, we can produce the mycorrhiza spores on the raised beds, and then you can harvest itself as a root biomass, and then you make it in formulation like a granular formulation and the other formulations. One advantage of this method is that anybody, apart from producing the inoculum, the transplanted seedling like tomato and chili seedlings can also be produced on these beds, and as a byproduct, you will have the production as well as the seedlings. So you will have good seedlings, and you can sell it in the market. And I'm happy to say that one of the industry has already approached to us, and the proposal is almost ready to send to Agri-Innovate India for their technical rating and the finalization and release as a technology. And maybe once this meeting is over, next week we'll send to Agri-Innovate India. And thank you, Sudha Madam, for inspiring always to us, and also the lecture which is enlighten us that how to go ahead and fix up the price that we are going. So these are some of the benefits I would like to tell. The granular based, it is highly adaptive to the local environment. Technology is the most suitable for a small, medium-sized enterprise. It can meet the FCO requirement. The Fertilizer Control Order 1985 that deals all the biofertilizer company has to register through this FCO by the NCOF Ghaziabad. And about regarding to the technical instructions for this mycorrhizal fungi, that should require 60 spores, viable spores per gram. So this can meet the requirement. It is less expensive, since the system can also be used for production of transparent seedling. This can save up to 20% use of external pea fertilizers. It enhances the shelf life up to 50 degrees centigrade. It will not have any impact on microfungi. 2 years is not a problem at room temperature. And one more thing that I would like to highlight, unlike other biofertilizer like bacterial biofertilizer, the moisture content should not be more than 10 to 20% in case of microbial biofertilizers. So those who are connected to this mode, they should know that any packet available in the market of the mycorrhizal fungi, that moisture should not be more than 10 to 12%. Because if that is there, the more moisture is there, then the spore will germinate, and it is symbiote, the obligate symbiote. It requires host. When no host is there in that packet, the spores will quickly die, and it will not have any use. So with regard to other bacterial biofertilizers, I would like to tell that we have identified and selected and evaluated the soybean rhizobia under the AMAS program as well as the Institute program, the zinc and phosphorus solubilizing bacteria, and we have registered the NCBI and also deposited these strains to NBA MO. And as far as the registration with state biodiversity concern, yes, as per the Sudha madam suggested in the morning, that we will approach before commercializing or transferring the technology to the end users. That will do. And these 4 strains are ready, and we are upscaling for the production under the ABI. In fact, this year we got the capital grant under ABI, and we are striving very hard to procure the equipment required for the production of these strains, so that we can at least spread these strains in the market and available to the farmers at a nominal price. And for that we have done the exercise and finalized a small plant for the incubators. And that is, you see, we are proposing the 100-liter capacity plant, and we are only targeting the liquid formulation, because the liquid formulation, the major advantage is the improved shelf life. The carrier-based biofertilizer, they last within 3 months, but in this case 12 months without losing any viability. It is easy to formulate microbial consortia, because the microbial consortia is one of the most important aim for this whole API in case of bacterial biofertilizers are concerned. In this case, we can target all phosphate solubilizing, zinc solubilizing, as well as the nitrogen fixing bacteria all together in one packet. And we are targeting only 25 ml packet. Like you must have heard the last week, Indian Institute of Spice Research, Calicut, they have commercialized one technology, the capsules, bio capsules. Similarly, we are targeting here the sachet, like a 25 ml sachet, and so the farmer can easily take in his pocket and just use in 1 acre the seed, that is 40 kg, 30 to 40 kg seed is sufficient. That we are targeting. And one more thing, in this case, while doing the liquid formulation, the bioproduct is also being generated, which I am not going to tell here, and that is one of the additional income, because whatever the concentrated the liquid formulation or a broth or a liquid we are formulating in a sachet, the remaining portion we are using as a microbial granular biofertilizer, and that can be used. And this whole plant is semi-automatic, 100 liter, because why I am telling, the 100 liter fermenter doesn't require any other regulations like boiler and other certification. So for a small industry, say for 50 lakhs project outlay, this could be suitable. And once his industry becomes sustainable, self-sufficient, then he can increase the number of fermenters depending on the requirement. These are some of the statistics we have carried out and worked out, that per month we can produce 4,000 to 5,000 pouches of 25 ml each. And if we assume that the plant is running 100% capacity, so we can earn almost 30 lakhs per year, or 2.5 lakhs, and taking a price of 50 rupees per packet. That is a nominal price, and for that one industry can earn a lot of amount. And within 3 years, any company, he can recover the whole cost which is utilized for taking the loans and creating the infrastructure like that. So, and in addition to that, income through production of solid fortified microbial granular fertilizer can also be obtained while doing this liquid formulation. And at the end, we can mentor in handling, developing microbial products and their multiplication. We have the know-how for setting up the on-farm microbial production system, setting up of the production facility, 100-liter fermentation in liquid and carrier-based formulation. We also fortified microbial granular biofertilizer. Once this unit is ready, we are will be comfortable. And one more thing that our honorable DDC also highlighted, and everybody highlighting, the utilization of protein hydrolysate. What is this? This is a degraded product of a soya meal, which we are selling, exporting to the outside in the European countries. So that product, if you use some microbial intervention, we can rapidly decompose and we can extract the bioactive polypeptide-based organic fertilizer that we can do, and that is the most suitable for organic farming. Because as on date, organic farming is not picking up because of the nutrient deficiency. We do not have sufficient alternatives to supply the nitrogen, phosphorus, and other things. Whatever biofertilizer available, they are using. But if you use this as a protein hydrolysate, bioactive polypeptide-based organic fertilizer, would be wonderful. So that will also help in coming days. So this is all about this. Thank you very much for patience hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Manohar Mahavir Sharmaji. I think excellent products, and really first time I'm hearing a variant of this nature. Normally, we, as you rightly said, we only hear about bacterial formulations. I think you have a huge potential, and I only can suggest is that if you can have some funding, either through ABI or through RKVY Raftar or through DST, if you can establish a small production unit on your campus, then you can have a lot of people incubating and producing it on your campus and selling it through your ATIC. That's one way you can increase the, you know, market linkages also, and you will have somebody producing it for you. Your presence also will be better known. I request Geeta to consider that and see if you can have that kind of a production facility established in the next couple of years.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. In fact, this year we granted some seed amount, and that capital fund we are utilizing for setting up of this small biofertilizer unit. And let us hope only 15 days left to utilize that amount, and we are hoping that we'll have adequate tenders on day after tomorrow. And
okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
All the best. All the best for you. Any other question from anyone else? Sankari Meena, please go ahead, madam. Can you unmute yourself and speak, please?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, these products, sir, what are their efficacy against biotic stresses, sir? VAM, you said Bacillus, Aryabhatti, everything.
In fact, these strains are only targeted for biofertilizer, for biofortification, for zinc and phosphate. And we have not yet gone for the evaluation as biocontrol agents. But just in coming days, our pathologists are also working in this area. So soon we'll have those strains and brought it in our production setup once this facility is ready.
Sir, where can I get these strains, sir? I can contact directly to your institute.
You can get those strains from NBI MO, because strains as such we cannot sell, because we have a the facility in ICR system under Budapest Treaty. There are repositories are available. So from there you can disclose your MTA.
Yes, sir.
And you can talk.
Thank you, sir.
So no other question. We'll move on to the next speaker. I invite Dr. D.V. Singh to present on farm implements in soybean production, please. Dr. D.V. Singh. Can't hear you. Dr. D.V. Singh. Yes, please go ahead, please. Can you start, Dr. D.V. Singh? Dr. D.V. Singh. Madam. Hello. Neha.
ठीक है सर, ready. Can you hear me, madam?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Please,
Okay,
please go
okay.
ahead.
Thank you, thank you. This is the crop which you are seeing is from the machine broad pattern furrow which we developed. Out of our 9 machines, and 9 of our machines are commercially selling, and we have earned royalty. Our center has earned royalty on all these machines. This machine you can see here. On both the ends, there are two channels, and when there is a excessive rain, these channels drain out the excessive rain water, and in case there is less rainfall, these channel can hold the rainwater. And simultaneously, there is another very unique thing over here is that at the end of the 2 rows at both the sides, there is a very small ridge formed which is of 3 to 4 inch. When there is less rainfall, that less rainfall is stored on the bed itself. So that way it can support the growth of the crop. So this machine is very has been very popular. It is being used in more than 8 states. And this machine has
Sir, your
very
PPT is
important.
not moving. Sir, your PPT is not moving forward.
No, okay, I'm just talking on the machine. I'll just move it. Okay. Here, if there is a drought, we can go in for irrigating this through these channels. So this is I'll show you the machine. This is the machine. I think everybody can see these machine. There are 2 furrow openers at both the sides, and simultaneously you can see several tines. These tines are very adjustable, means you can adjust the angle as well as the height of the channels. Simultaneously, these furrow openers can be broadened or narrowed down. This machine is a seed drill, but we have also developed a seed planter. I think everybody knows what is the difference between a seed drill and a seed planter. So, but this is for vertisols. We had a collaboration in 2002 with Krida, Hyderabad, and we gave the machine to Hyderabad and helped them to develop the machine according to the soil. It's very important to mention over here that no machine is perfect for all the regions or all different kind of soils. So I'll come to my another machine. This is called FURBS. This is called furrow irrigated raised bed system. In these machines, there are 3 channels formed. This is very good for soybean, even for gram also. And now I can see, I get a lot of report from several places that people are using these BBF and FURBS machine for very different crops now. Even the BBF they are using for wheat also. Gram particularly, they say that in this FURBS, gram growth is very good. So the damage due to some diseases is very low. See in the FURB, these are the details. I don't think I need to have any details on this. This is another child of our center. This is rich fertilizer. This is a unique machine wherein you can see there is a ridge formed, and for what this machine does is that it puts the fertilizer at the floor and then makes a ridge, and after that it puts the seed. So you can understand when I show you the machine. This is the ridge fertilizer. In the ridge fertilizer you can see these five flanks over here. They are ridge formers. After them there is a tine which drops the fertilizer, and after the fertilizer is formed, again there is this ridge will cover the fertilizer, and just before this there is another time which time is above this time. So there will be a seed will be put on the height of the ridge. This is called a ridge verticidal cum planter. You can see here that the sowing operation is taking place with this machine. This machine has become very popular with peas also. Several farmers have gone in for peas. We had developed it for soybean, but for peas also their farmers are using. Some farmers are using for gram also. This is an intercrop siddle. You can see at the two sides we had sown soybean along with the other crops. So this is actually not a seed drill. This is a seed drill cum planter, because on both the right and left side the planting of maize etc. is required. So we have got a totally different mechanism over here. See, our customers have been farmers first, then several agricultural universities such as PAU Ludhiana. But PAU Ludhiana, since it's alluvial soil, we have to change. We had to change. So I am working with a scientist of PAU, wherein the difficulty of water holding is very, very serious. So we are developing a different kind of a BBF machine over there. Then the state government here, simultaneously at Maharashtra and several other states, this BBF machine is very, very popular. These machines have been taken up by several NGOs and several other programs. We have sold it to IAPR, IASS, and several KVKs are using these machines. See, one thing is very important over here to mention is that these machines in black soils, they have to have 45 PTO HP tractors. It is not easy to sow below 45 PTO HP. I think people understand what is PTO HP and what is HP. Horsepower is at least somewhere around 9 HP lesser than the HP is higher than 9 HP above PTO HP. Actually, in tractors, PTO HP is the right horsepower which has to be considered. We had MOU with more than 5 companies, including one of Pune, one Nagpur, one Wardha, one Devas, one Sihor, 2 Indore. We have also developed certain you see, this machine has become suddenly becoming very, very popular. This is ridge verticidal. Ridge verticidal is getting very, very popular because the farmers, they want to sow on ridge. Because of the climate change, you know, every second, third year, the crops are being damaged, in particularly soybean is being damaged. But I want to explain one more thing. It's not very simple. These machines are not only machines. We need to understand the package of this machine. If several farmers who are in contact with me, I have taken training of ITC also. Several farmers of Madhya Pradesh, and I am on Kisan call center also all the time available. The biggest important in raised bed technology is that the tillage package has to be as per the requirement. Otherwise, this machine is not going to work. So I want to emphasize time and again. I even tell several farmers who have some difficulties never to use duckfoot cultivators. I think everybody in Madhya Pradesh knows what is a duckfoot cultivator, which is known as panja. So I always request them that panja is very, very negative for any raised bed technology system. Only time tillage or reversible plow, that is mechanical or hydraulic reversible plows, have to be used, and then rotary tiller can be used, which is called rotavator. So I want to explain it to you. If anybody has got a problem, people going straight away where there is very high clay content. So what I want to explain, I always explain to them that you go in for tillage complete, And if you have greater problem, you can, without dropping seed, you can operate this machine in the field. And when you operate in the machine, let the field be prepared, the bed is prepared, the channels are prepared. As soon as the moisture is all right, you can next time going for sowing on the same bed. So this practice I have introduced and the farmers have liked it. And believe me, last year, most of the farmers reported to me, sir, हमारी फसल जिसमें हमने BPF का प्रयोग किया था, इस्तेमाल किया था, वो खराब नहीं हुई सर. लेकिन समतल वाली खराब हो गई because there is a difficulty. We don't understand how important leveling of field is. Straight away, farmers going for sowing without considering leveling, and it is because of leveling. Leveling, agar nahi hoga, then what happens is the water is stored, and everybody knows what kind of a crop soybean is. It can't tolerate it more than 6 to 7 days, and the crop starts being affected adversely. So this is my machine, our machine over here. This is a subsoiler. I think subsoiler, particularly for vertisols, was promoted by our DDG ex-Vice Chancellor Bikaner, along with Dr. T.C. Thakur from Pantanagar. Dr. Thakur told me that we must have a subsoiler, particularly for vertisols. For alluvial soil, subsoilers are there. And at the same time, I'm proud that our center is proud that these subsoilers and BPF machines were purchased by Japanese scientists. These subsoiler and BPF machines were purchased by Japanese scientists of JICA who were there in Madhya Pradesh for more than 5 years. They used it and they recommended to the Madhya Pradesh government that subsoiler is very, very important and BPF is important. Subsoiler, the major advantage of subsoiler is that we break the hard pan. Dr. Arihara of Japan, he recommended that from 12-inch depth to 22 inches depth, throughout the black soils in Madhya Pradesh, there is a hard pan like a RCC road. That has to be broken. If it is not broken, then the soil, the water, irrigation water does not move down. So it's very, very important. This machine can be used after 20 feet difference. It is not to be used regularly. So this machine has been recommended, and those farmers who have used this machine, even if they have gone for level sowing, not raised bed sowing, the moisture is allowed to enter into the field. So this machine has been purchased by IIPR, by Gwalior University. It has been purchased by Gwalior, Akola, and Raipur, and now several farmers are getting these manufactured. Madam, I want to mention one thing. I have been emphasizing a lot to the manufacturers that ICR से MOU करो पहले. You need to do MOU with ICR, otherwise हम आपको technology नहीं देंगे. But a lot of senior persons I discussed specifically. I would like to mention the name of our ex-DG Dr. Mangala Rai, जिन्होंने ये मुझे कहा था कि ये मशीन बनानी है raised bed technology की. Because सब लोग मना करते हैं, people say that this machine is not possible. This technology is not possible in black soils. ये raised bed बन ही नहीं सकता है black soils के अंदर में. तो Dr. Mangala Rai told me that you have to get it done and prepare a package. So there is a package. And our Honorable Director is also promoting this machine very vigorously among a lot of farmers, and farmers are having advantage. And Madam is also working on wheat with BPF. So this is very, very important. I always recommend, because I was in close contact with Dr. Arihara, and Dr. Arihara said, if you don't use subsoiler, then you are not getting the right amount of production. Madam, I want to mention that BPF machines which are being used in Maharashtra actually originated from the collaboration we had with Krida Hyderabad. Dr. Venkat Mayande, we sent these machines to Krida, and I visited several times and we developed this machine. Basic difference in Maharashtra and other places, Maharashtra, they are using planters. They don't use seed drill. Except for very few farmers, it's very, very important to understand कि प्लांटर होना चाहिए, और प्लांटर का सबसे बड़ा रिक्वायरमेंट इज दैट हमारे पास करीब 80% का जर्मिनेशन होना चाहिए. We must have germination percentage of more than 80%. That is why Western Maharashtra, the yields are 35 quintals per hectare on an average. I was shocked to know this thing. कि हमारे यहाँ तो 12 quintals, we get only 12 quintals, but they are getting 35 quintals. So I understood that their germination percentage is more than 80-85%. That is why plus they are using planters. Here, basic advantage of planter is that we cannot go beyond 4.5 lakh plants per hectare. Whereas with seed drills, when we visit fields, we see 7 lakh, 8 lakhs, and huge, almost double the plants required in per hectare is being sown by the farmer. And this is because, basic reason for this is, there are two reasons. One is that they say they don't need to spend too much on weedicides. And second notion they have is that ज़्यादा पौधे होंगे तो ज़्यादा production होगा, which does not happen at all. So I think this is a subsoiler we developed. It's very successful, and this is a tractor. This is a 65 PTO-SP tractor. So this machine, I keep on recommending. I talk to a lot of farmers every day. So these are several machines, and several machines are in the pipeline with us. So we will be changing a lot of things. After some modifications, we can even going for 8 new machines for commercialization. And I always think that insisting every time that MOU has to happen between the manufacturer, because most of the manufacturers are very small manufacturers. They don't have except 7-8 machines, small machines. And here I can say that 38 combined harvester manufacturers of Punjab के 38 combined harvester thresher बनाने वाली कंपनियां के जो मालिक हैं, they were small mechanics, वो welders होते थे. Since I have worked in so many companies and places, वो welder ही धीरे-धीरे बन गए अब combined harvester, और वो export करते हैं. They are exporting so many machines. India is exporting combined harvesters, tractor mounted combined, self mounted, मगर वो कभी मिस्त्री होते थे. So I understand that this startup वाला system जो हम एक बार ला रहे हैं, fantastic. ये हमारे डायरेक्टर साहब का बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है कि हम स्टार्टअप पे आए, छोटे-छोटे मैन्युफैक्चरर्स को हम अलाउ करें, क्योंकि मुझे बड़ी उससे encouragement मुझे मिलता है. I get a lot of inspiration from those 38 combined manufacturers. Even the multinational combined manufacturers are not able to compete with Indian 38 combined harvester manufacturers. So what I want is, another idea I have with mechanization is that every 6-7 villages, 7-8 young boys, unemployed boys, should be called, and they should be given some financial assistance. Plus, they should take some collection from the farmers. They should buy some machines and use it in those villages. मतलब वो मशीनों को वो 6-7 गांव में, 8 गांव में चलाएं, किराए पर चलाएं, उससे पैसा कमाएं, and after 3 years these all machines will be free. 3 साल में वो इतना पैसा कमा सकते हैं कि वो सारी मशीनें बिल्कुल फ्री हो जाएंगी. हालांकि थोड़ा बड़ा ड्रॉबैक खड़ा हो रहा है. There is an over tractorization. हमारे देश में ओवर ट्रैक्टराइजेशन हो रहा है. जिस गांव में 10 ट्रैक्टरों की जरूरत है, वहां पर 35 ट्रैक्टर आ रहे हैं, which is very very negative. But still, I think it's a very good source. अगर ये स्टार्टअप शुरू किया जाए छोटे-छोटे विलेजेस में, यूथ को, जो खासतौर पर किसान मित्र होते हैं, उनको हम मौका दें, give a chance to them, and they have started. Because why I want in my state, I am slightly selfish over here, 45,000 tractor and implement people come from neighboring state Rajasthan, and they earn a lot of money in Madhya Pradesh. Whereas our own, my own Madhya Pradesh people are unemployed. हमारे मध्य प्रदेश के बच्चे बेरोजगार हैं, और राजस्थान के 45,000 लोग आते हैं जो सारी मशीनें लाते हैं. पंजाब से, हरियाणा से कमाई आता है, वो हमारे यहाँ कमाते हैं. हम ये समझते हैं कि जो हमारे मैडम ने एबीआई शुरू किया है, डॉक्टर शर्मा ने, वो एबीआई में हम छोटे-छोटे 10-10, 12-12 गांव में किसी को प्रमोट करें, वो ट्रैक्टर को किराए पे चलाएं, पैसा कमाएं, वो मशीन को चलाएं, किराए से पैसा कमाएं. और इन सब मशीनों को, जो रेस बेड टेक्नोलॉजी की मशीनें हैं, ये रेस बेड टेक्नोलॉजी की मशीनों को चला के हम सोयाबीन क्रॉप को बचा सकते हैं. मैं ये बार बार देखता हूँ कि गांव के गांव में सोयाबीन खराब हो जाती है बिकॉज ऑफ एक्सेसिव रेन और लो रेन। कम पानी में और ज्यादा पानी में दोनों में सोयाबीन खराब हो जाती है। अब तो खैर बड़ी खुशी की बात यह है कि बहुत सारी क्रॉप, देयर आर सेवरल क्रॉप्स wherein these machines are being used. I think I should end over here and
Thank you, Dr. Singh ji. बहुत I appreciate and I really agree with whatever you said. I only would like to comment, suggest to you is that see, these models are already in practice. What we normally do is if you look at CIFE or others, IIHR or others, whenever there is a mission, we need to have what they do is they give an expression of interest, invites people to register as the authorized manufacturer by paying some small amount, where you are providing them the functional drawings, how to make the machine. And whenever there is a demand from either state government or others, that demand comes to you through the institute. You call these people, these manufacturer, provide them supply orders, so that under your supervision the machine is prepared.
Yes.
This kind of
We are
models
doing
are
the same
available.
thing. We are doing the same thing.
Second thing is, like you said, some young youth should be able to do it. Under all the FPOs, if you see the number of FPOs, custom hiring center is a model which is very popular. And if a youth can be, there are in ICAR, we also have softwares and technologies, how to run a custom hiring center. That kind of thing also we can promote, and that will help them a lot in taking forward. I really appreciate your efforts, and I am with you. Agri-Innovate also will work with you, and we can see how we can take it forward.
Thank you, madam.
so
If you
much.
forgive me, I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
If you permit me.
Please.
Madam, my experience with custom hiring, official custom hiring system is not good. Not good.
No,
at
private
all.
custom hiring centers are there.
Yeah, because one district can have hardly 2-3 custom hiring centers, and in custom hiring centers, I will prefer my friends. I will not give it to anybody and everybody. That is why, madam, I am requesting you. We want to promote cooperative kind of a custom hiring, where there is everything, every money belongs to those 10-20 young farmers. Because custom hiring official system, I have always told, even I have told on DD Kisan program for Delhi, that we must develop cooperatives, because not more than 10 custom hiring can be financed by the government. So this was my submission. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. Well taken. We'll work on this. Thank you so much. So we'll move ahead. Now I request Sri Abhay Jain, Seed Certification Officer, Government of MP, please.
Ma'am, he couldn't make it today because he had some meetings. So in place of him, he has sent Shri AP Singh, Deputy Seed Certification Officer, Government of Madhya Pradesh. I invite him on stage.
I think you should restrict the time to 7 minutes, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Because we are already 2:30, people haven't had food.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
नमस्कार.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
नमस्कार. बीज प्रमाणीकरण का उद्देश्य इसकी स्थापना किसानों को उच्च गुणवत्ता का बीज उपलब्ध कराने के लिए, बीज को समय से उपलब्ध कराने के लिए, और जो भी बीज किसानों को सर्टिफाइड फाउंडेशन दिया जा रहा है उसकी गुणवत्ता पे ध्यान रखने के लिए किया गया था। बीज 3 तरह के उपलब्ध होते हैं बाजार में। प्रजनक बीज, जिस पे सुनहरा टैग लगा रहता है, सुनहरा पीला, फाउंडेशन सीड जिसमें सफेद टैग लगा होता है, और सर्टिफाइड सीड जिसपे नीला टैग लगा होता है। किसान इससे अच्छी तरह से परिचित हैं और समझ के देख करके बाजार से लेते रहते हैं। प्रजनक बीज बाजार से में उपलब्ध नहीं होता, ये कृषि अनुसंधान प्रक्षेत्रों पे ही उपलब्ध होता है, वहीं से किसान प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। सर्टिफाइड सीड प्रोडक्शन के ये निम्नलिखित चरण है, स्टेजेज हैं। उत्पादक संस्था का पंजीयन एवं सीड प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट का पंजीयन, उसके पश्चात पेरेंट मटेरियल का सोर्स वेरिफिकेशन, क्रॉप रजिस्ट्रेशन, फील्ड इंस्पेक्शन, सीड प्रोडक्शन, प्रोक्योरमेंट, प्रोसेसिंग, स्टोरेज, उसके बाद सैंपलिंग। बीज परीक्षण और आनुवंशिक शुद्धता परीक्षण प्रमाणीकरण में भी होता है। बीज की पैकिंग, टैगिंग, प्रमाण पत्र जारी करना। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु बीज का होता है फील्ड में इंस्पेक्शन प्रमाणीकरण जो करती है, उसमें सीड सोर्स वेरिफिकेशन करे, आइसोलेशन चेक करती है, रोगिंग ऑफ टाइप निकालने के लिए निर्देश देते हैं किसानों को, और एस्टिमेट करते हैं कि कितना सीड प्रोड्यूस होगा इस प्रक्षेत्र पे। उसके बाद इंस्पेक्शन रिपोर्ट तैयार करके किसानों को दे दिया जाता है। फिर बीज उपार्जन प्रोक्योरमेंट होकर के सीड स्टोरेज गोडाउन पे आएगा, वहां पे उसको फसल किस्म श्रेणी लाटवार स्टोरेज किया जाएगा। प्रोसेसिंग कार्यक्रम तैयार करा के बीज प्रोसेस कराया जाएगा। उसके बाद बीज का नमूना लेकर के लैब को भेज दिया जाता है, जहां पे उसका जर्मिनेशन टेस्ट, फिजिकल प्योरिटी टेस्ट, हेल्थ टेस्ट, मॉइस्चर टेस्ट और जेनेटिक प्योरिटी के लिए ओडीपी टेस्ट और जीओटी भी कराया जाता है। उसके पश्चात जो बीज स्टैंडर्ड में होते हैं उसको सीड सर्टिफिकेशन एजेंसी टैग करा करके बाजार में उपलब्ध करवा देती है बीज के विक्रय। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing with us. वो बीज उत्पादन का जो प्रोसेस है वो कैसा किया जाता है, बहुत अच्छा आपने विशदीकरण किया है। थैंक यू सो मच। किसी को कुछ प्रश्न है तो पूछ सकते हैं। कोई कुछ प्रश्न पूछना चाहते हैं? इसका मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि इसका दाम कैसा लगाते हैं? ब्रीडर सीड या सर्टिफाइड सीड का प्राइस फिक्सेशन कौन करता है और कहाँ से होती है?
गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी जो सीड प्रोड्यूस करती है तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट उसको प्राइस फिक्स करती है। एनएससी जो प्रोड्यूस करती है वो स्वयं एनएससी उसका प्राइस फिक्स करती है, और प्राइवेट या निजी संस्थाएं जो बीज प्रोड्यूस करते हैं उसका रेट वो स्वयं फिक्स करते हैं। इसमें गवर्नमेंट का या सीड सर्टिफिकेशन एजेंसी का कोई रोक टोक नहीं होता है।
अच्छा, तो अगर सोयाबीन का सोयाबीन इंस्टीट्यूट से कोई सीड प्रोडक्शन लेना चाहते हैं तो उनका कोई सीड सर्टिफिकेशन कौन करेगा? गवर्नमेंट ऑफ एमपी इंदौर से आप आके करेंगे?
हाँ, एमपी स्टेट सीड सर्टिफिकेशन एजेंसी उसका सर्टिफिकेशन करेगी। आपके यहाँ से सीड हब में हमारे यहाँ चल रहा है वो सीड प्रोडक्शन का काम।
अच्छा जी, ठीक। इसमें कितना सीड प्रोड्यूस होता है, कितना सीड सेल होता है एक साल में सोयाबीन?
स्टेट में करीब सोयाबीन का सीड प्रोडक्शन 10 लाख के आसपास है।
अच्छा।
सर्टिफाइड होता है, और ये साल दर साल कम ज्यादा हो, 1.5 लाख कुंटल कम ज्यादा हो जाता है। कारण कि मौसम अगर विपरीत गया तो जर्मिनेशन प्रॉब्लम आती है, तो बड़ी मात्रा में सीड कभी कभी फेल होते हैं। जैसे इस साल हो रहा है, जर्मिनेशन में सीड बहुत अच्छा नहीं रिस्पॉन्स कर पा रहा है, दिक्कत जा रही है। और अगर मौसम प्रोडक्शन के समय अच्छा रहा तो फिर ऐसी परेशानी नहीं आती है।
तो इसमें GMOs का कोई चांस ही नहीं है ना? कहीं ये महीको जो सोयाबीन में बहुत ज्यादा काम करते हैं
जी,
बाहर से GMOs आने की चांस नहीं है ना? बहुत कम।
नहीं, इसमें तो नहीं है
कुछ नहीं आता। वो वैरायटीज पूरा अलग है जो बाहर यूज होते हैं।
जी जी जी।
थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके, थैंक यू।
आपका समय किया, थैंक यू सो मच। Moving on, we next have Mrinal Kuchlan, scientist, IISR, production of certified soybean seed for agri-startups industry.
Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, this presentation was from Dr. Mrinal Kuchlan, but he is busy in leadership meeting. So I am going to present this presentation. And myself, Dr. Poonam Kuchlan, Senior Scientist, IISR Indore. And I am going to present Agribusiness incubation in soybean seed business. So the Agribusiness initiative is mainly denotes the activities of agricultural sector, which in terms of production, processing, marketing, export and import, and in different organizational network. So basically, it is a shift from agriculture to agribusiness, and the seed business is the most remunerative business, most profitable business. In case of soybean, it is much more profitable, and we all know that the soybean is the #1 oilseed crop of the India, with a national average of 12.09 million hectare, with a national production 11.215 billion ton, and national productivity is 9.275 quintal per hectare, which is far behind than other soybean growing countries. So the supply of the quality seed is the basic and strategic intervention for higher productivity. And our national seed requirement is minimum 27 lakh quintal to fulfill this 30% seed replacement rate. And the major growing states of the soybeans are Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan. In case of Madhya Pradesh, the area is 54.1 lakh hectare, with the total seed requirement is 40 lakh quintal, with SSR 38% SSR rate. But the certified seed availability is only 15.2 quintal. Likewise, in Maharashtra also, the acreage is 40.75, and the total seed requirement is 30 lakh quintal, with a higher SSR rate in Maharashtra. But the same thing, the certified seed availability is only 17.4 quintal. Likewise in Rajasthan also. So there is a gap between requirement and availability of quality soybean seeds, and there is lots of scope in soybean seed businesses. The main problem, main reason for this gap is the most delicate nature of the soybean seed, which is mainly very much influenced by the environmental condition as well as mechanical damage. The failure in seed production is due to climate adversity, as we Mr. A.K. Singh was also told that if rain is excessive rain, excessive drought, it also influences the quality of the seeds. And third one is the main thing is the germination of seed lot due to poor knowledge of the soybean seed management. Therefore, a very technical person should handle the soybean seed business. It is very much required to get the proper maximum benefit of the seed production. So in ABI program, our main focus on the basic understanding of the soybean seed business is improved seed production technology, this modern agro processing and seed treatment techniques, scientific way to store soybean seeds, and the legal framework of seed business, that is Seed Act enacted in 1966, Seed Rule 1968, and the Protection of Plant Variety and Farmers' Right Act 2001. So under the improved seed production technology, we will take care of all these things. The most important thing is the selection of the appropriate variety in the seed production program, because every varieties have different response to all the nutrient management, their and adversities of the climates and biotic and abiotic vagaries, and likewise. So in this program, we will teach, or means he will give the knowledge about these varieties, which varieties is appropriate for which reason, and which varieties is responses more to these things like this. Another thing is improved production technology. It includes all the from sowing to harvesting, all the improved technology from ICAR, which improves the seed quality, because the quality of the seed is very much influenced by the how the crop is grown in the field, what type of weed management is there, what irrigation management was there, and all the crop protection measures were taken. So the improved production technology implementation in seed production plot is very important. So that things will be covered in our ABI training programs. And improve another thing is on plant seed quality improvement. So in our institute, we have standardized some micronutrient and some other agents which can improve the seed quality after harvest. Means post harvest quality will be maintained. So these things will be taken care. The second most important thing is seed harvesting and processing. Seed harvesting, because of the delicate nature of the soybean, so seed harvesting and processing is very much important. It is very susceptible to mechanical damage. So selection of ideal machine and the for harvesting and threshing, and the proper calibration to minimize the seed damage is very essential, and very technical know-how is required for this maintaining this seed quality. So for this, we will teach them, one who wants to start the seed business, so how to do it very excellently. So another thing is setting up of processing machine, which includes different machines, air cleaner, grader, and fine cleaning machines, according to the production capacity of the respective candidates. The most important thing is seed storage management of the soybean is very important, because the maximum time the seed is deteriorated in storage period only. So because of high temperature and sometimes hotspot develop, and sometimes excessive humidity, these all things reduces the germination of the soybean. So management of the soybean seed in the storage godown is very important. And what are the infrastructure is needed, that is more important. What infrastructure, how the seed stacking technique should be done to reduce the damage under storage is very important. So these things will be taken care, and quality improvement of the seed through improved seed polymer coating techniques, which we developed in IASR. So this polymer coating technology not only improves the aesthetic value of the seed, but also through polymer coating we can apply the fungicides, insecticides before sowing, improved fungicides and insecticides, as well as in a separate way, we can use a biocontrol agent also through this. We have all standardized all these things. So this way we can, and actually soybean is a kharif crop. So sometimes because of rain during harvesting, the looks of the soybean seed is become deteriorated. Although the seed quality is good, the germination is okay, but sometimes its look is give. So through polymer coating technology, the aesthetic value of the seed can also be improved. So there is a scope in this line also for ABI. And the most important thing is seed is a legal business. So legal framework for seed and variety one should know for hassle-free seed business in the future. Seed Act was enacted in 1966 and seed rule was in 1968. This act was enacted by the government for the regulation in the seed certification and marketing and providing the cultivator to a quality seeds. And these rules are now being very old, but a new seed bill is also going to is also in the pipeline, and very soon it will come. So one who is interested in the seed business should know all these, all the provisions and all the things, all the regulation rules and regulations of this act. So in this ABI, we will cover all these aspects of the seed business so that he can do hassle-free seed business without any legal obstructions. And now the era is new era is the protection of intellectual property of agriculture. So which government has enacted the Plant Variety Protections and Farmers' Right Act in 2001. In this act, every varieties is being protected. So in seed business, the seed in the seed business, selection of the variety is very important. So one should know all the provisions of this Protection Act. So that's so that he can do the seed business very successfully. So this is the budget of the setting up of a unit of seed business targeting 5,000 quintal of certified seed. There is a year-wise investment, quantity of seed is required, and investment is there, and the net investment and final profit after 3 years of the cycle. And one-time investment for infrastructure is also given for seed storage and processing hall, that is around 60 lakh. It is approximately, and seed processing unit is setting all the machines is 15 lakh, and miscellaneous we are given 5 lakh, that is 80. This is one-time investment. And for procurement of breeder seed, to get the 5,000 quantity, 5,000 quintal of certified seed, we need 30 quintal breeder seed. And for this, he has to invest 3.5 lakh rupees initially. And from in the first year only, for foundation seed procurement, he has to take 400 quintal, and he has to invest 20 lakh, but he will get the return from this selling of this breeder seed to the farmer. He will get 3.5 lakh. So net investment was in the for procurement of foundation seed is 16.5 lakh. In the certified seed, from this 400 quintal, 5,000 certified seed will be produced, and for this procurement he has to invest 250 lakh, and the return will be selling from this is 32 lakhs, and the net investment he will get is 218 lakhs. So in the final year, the sale of the certified seed, he need not to purchase any seed, and this is the investment is 0, and the net return will be 350 lakhs. But if we deduct the 350 for this his investment of 218 lakh. So this will come net final profit in the after 3 years of the cycle is 132 lakh. But actual profit will be 52 lakhs because we deduct this one time investment infrastructure. In the next cycle of his production, he will get after the next 3 years, he will get 132 budget. So this is a profitable business. So, but the budget will depends upon the how much one can target produce how much certified seed. It may be lesser than 5,000. So accordingly, the budget will be changed. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Very nicely presented. I just want to find out is like, do you have any program under which you have a kind of a, what do you call, on seed village concept where IISR can enroll with some of the farmers and help them produce the seed for you under a revolving fund scheme? You are planning to have something like that?
We have not yet started a seed village program, but we are involved in seed hub program. In that we are taking registering the farmers for seed production, and we are giving them better price of their quality seeds. And we will train them to how to produce quality seeds, and then certification will be done is getting done from our institute, means our collaborations. Mainly certification is done from certification agency only, and we have registered our institute, our processing plant, everything we have. Only we register the farmers for their land and their production process.
Okay. Anyone has any question in this regard? So you, how many programs you organize? Well, at least twice a year you organize this training program?
This training program, ma'am. Training program we organize once or twice in GSP in leadership program, and this seed hub program is another running side by side.
Okay, ma. Congratulations and thank you for your presentation. We'll move on to the next one. If Dr. Manoj K. Srivatsa. Yes, prospects of vegetable oil byproducts.
Hello, respected chair, and I am going to present this presentation that prospect of vegetable oil byproducts. I thank all the previous speakers for introducing this soybean as a crop and as what products we can use for them. And but we are the latest inclusion in our ABI program that we are going to use this vegetable oil byproducts and how they can be used by the entrepreneurship. Soybean meal is the main protein byproduct which has been used in the animal industry. The animal uses these amino acids, which contains all soybean contains all the essential amino acids for building their own proteins. It is also used in the many swine, beef, cattle, and dairy fishes, the feed, and the pet foods. Only 2% of the soybean meal is globally used as a flour for animal or human consumption. At our API center at ISR Indore, we are just promoting this cold press oil extraction machine. From this, we can get about 10 to 12% oil, and rest the protein part or the meal part contains around 6 to 8% of oil in it. but this can be used to make several soybean-based food products, which we are using right now with the whole soybean. This defatted or low-fatted soybean meal can be used to make these soybean-based food products. And utilization of this meal can be done for fortification of cereal flours, or otherwise this can be used as animal and poultry fish feed. This seed oil contains about 40% protein, but the meal which we will get after this cold press oil, this contains around 45% protein because this 10% of the oil is removed by the cold press method. It has a unique amino acid composition, and the fatty acid composition of the oils is also good. The fatty acid contains all the essential fatty acid, that is the unsaturated fatty acid, the polyunsaturated fatty acid which cannot be synthesized in the human or animal body. This has to be provided from the food, and the soybean is the best alternative to give this omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids to the animals. This is involved in several important metabolic processes of the animal. The protein part is used as animal feed, and this animal this contains all the 8 essential amino acids which cannot be synthesized by animals or humans. So this soybean protein can be used for as a good source of, and it is known as the class 1 protein, plant-based protein in the world. So the digestibility of all the amino acids present in the soybean is very high, and soya flour can be used for nutrition security program for proteins, minerals, vitamins, and other secondary metabolites. The amount of iron and zinc in protein is very high. So this contains about 6 to 7% protein is fat, along with the about 45% of protein. The digestibility of essential amino acids is very high, and there are several products in the world which uses this soybean protein, and maybe they are using the whole soybean protein, but our innovation will be that we can just get about 10 to 12% oil, and the rest material we can use this in the several soybean-based products for protein enrichment. So soya milk, soya milk powder, soya bars, soya chocolates, and different nuggets are being sold in the market. Soya nuts and spaghettis, and there are several soya protein-based products in the world. So in future we are trying to collaborate with CIA Bhopal, CPET Ludhiana, NIFT and Sonipat for the CFTRI Mysore to develop several food-based products from our this soybean-based meal which is coming out of the oil, cold press oil, and increasing the storability and value addition in soybean oil for its non-conventional uses is also our target in the ABS program. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. I am really impressed that so many products are available which have huge potential under ABI. I really congratulate you, and I hope you will have good market potential for this. Any questions by anyone else? Has madam come back? Not yet.
Ma'am.
Has Dr. Neeta Kandekar come back? Not yet. No?
Not yet, ma'am.
Not yet. Okay.
One has asked me to thank you on her behalf to chair the session, and I also thank all the speakers for their presentations. I especially thank you, ma'am, for giving such a nice presentation.
You are muted. You are muted.
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I want to thank you, ma'am, for giving such a nice presentation and for chairing the session and giving all the valuable suggestions in between. And I apologize for a delay in the session. And I also want to thank all the participants and for joining us and all the speakers who made their presentation and all the scientists. I especially like to thank Dr. Dayakar Rao for giving a very informative and guiding presentation for our newly budding ABI. And last but not the least, I would like to thank our director ma'am and all the staff members who made this session possible. Thank you all. Now we will meet tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the presentations and giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay.
We will meet tomorrow at 10:30 for the second session.
That's all.